This is the Levels Network. I'm Justin Horo, joined by the Triple OG Willie Mason and the bro Lukey Stowe, who was back from Brisbane, back from the No Limit.
Hey.
That was the big news over the weekend. Season 4, Episode 2. We're back.
Yeah, we are.
We're rolling.
How was it?
How was it, mate? It was
Big Nasty's
very
back.
controversial.
It
Very
was.
controversial card.
Yeah, it was a bit of an anticlimactic ending with the cut on Zarafa's eye and then him saying and sort of gaslighting the audience, saying you didn't say,
Fuck.
and then he said it because
Does he know it's 2026 when they have a fucking microphone underneath
Yeah.
you and a camera on you when you're talking to the docs? I was
Lot of-
like, when I was watching it, I'm sorry to cut in. When I was watching it at home, I'm like, what he was saying, and they already had it live. I was watching it live. Oh, I can't see. Whatever he said. And then whatever he said to the fucking ref, I'm like, you can't say that, mate. You're lying. The public's going to turn.
Yeah,
and I reckon Zarafa's a
Quite
cool
strange.
dude.
Yeah.
Cool dude, but like, fuck.
And then even the cutman on Twitter put up how much blood was on the swab from when you know how they do they put it in, and
You wouldn't
I
even
don't
put
know.
a stitch in
It was
there.
it was an upsetting ending because it's like it could have like he was doing all right. First round I'd easily give it to
winning.
Zarafa.
He was winning.
And then it was sort of Nikita's trying to figure him out a little bit, but with Nikita it can go either way. He's a bit of a rogue.
This is a wild card.
So yeah, it was
You just
upsetting
see the
finish.
disappointment on Big Georgie's face, and
you share-
everybody's fucking head.
Yeah, I got to lift back to the hotel with him and Matt and Timmy Ashworth after the fight, and it was a very quiet car trip. It was a bit of frustration.
How's
you
your
could tell.
relationship with Zarafa and No Limit?
Well, he's just an under contract fighter with them.
Okay, so
So-
he's not trying to fuck No Limit over. He like I was just thinking, why would he do that?
Yeah, I think he
Like,
just.
is he trying to like this is like tinfoil hat on? Is he trying to get another payday? Just I'll drop out of this because you can before round 4 if you say something like that's no contest. It's not on your
yeah,
on your,
they go to the scorecards after round 4.
Yeah, after round 4 they go to the scorecards
Yeah,
and if he's
yeah,
lost.
yeah.
But if
'Cause
it's
that's the
before
big thing
round,
with
so it's
Timmy
before
originally.
round 4,
Yeah.
you can go no contest, keep your money, everything like that, get another payday.
That makes
Who
Does
sense.
he do that? Now everybody wants to see his head get punched off even more because he's done that now. So it's fucking could be a tactic from him. I don't. Think
No,
so.
I don't think
It's like,
they've had
why
dramas.
else would you do that, mate?
They've
You were
had
winning the
dramas with
fight.
them for a while, like not doing dramas. And you remember another fight I was at, his brother comes in and cracks someone in the ring. So I personally love to see it because I just think it was quite an interesting matchup. Like I had it 50-50 if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
No, he was. I reckon he was winning it.
Yeah. No, as in before the fight,
Oh,
I was
okay.
like, I think it's a 50-50 contest because you don't know how Nikita's what Nikita's gonna turn up, and you don't like was Rafa's.
Weird. I mean, I couldn't believe the Queenslanders let him out of that building. Fill them all full of piss all day and then
throwing
do that
beers
to them.
and-
Their lucky security must have got onto it straight away. I thought chairs and everything would have been thrown in there.
It was
They were
pretty
furious.
hectic in the arena. To be fair, it was
That's
very
when drinking
loud.
light beer and no Bundy rum.
No, Queensland.
No, there's no fucking rules up there.
Venues.
You can go hard.
Full
60
strength.
Big Nasty?
Yeah, that was fucked.
Big.
Well, at least they got a good knockout.
What I saw, like all I'm
Yeah,
worried
as soon
about.
as I saw Lassie start dipping, I'm like, if Naz can time an uppercut,
He just missed one early
Well,
too.
all I was
Just
worried about at the
earlier
whole
on.
thing was that whatever happened then. Remember I told you, I said, because you're like, nah, he's been trained. I said, Naz is a fucking different animal.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like he's massive and big and can move and he wants to hurt. He don't give a fuck if it's his brother and ex-NRL player, father, this and that. And I worry about that shit. Legacy, all that sort of shit. When you're 40, you start... Kids have got to watch that shit, got to go to school. And that's all the shit that I start thinking about.
You
Me
was,
as a-
from Latsie's point of view.
from fucking Latsie's point of view. That's all it was, me not wanting him to fight Nas. 29-year-old young fucking animal who wants to go at it, taking names everywhere. He wants to kill everyone in the NRL, apparently.
What
I'm
about
like, fuck this.
your mate Georgie getting in his face after
Georgie
the fight,
Burgess?
and he was talking a bit of shit?
Georgie Burgess is getting in whose face?
Yeah, Georgie
Nas,
got,
straight
Georgie got
after
in
the
Nas's
fight.
face.
What's he doing?
And Georgie goes,
Is he trying to promote a movie?
Yeah, it's mates versus Georgie in the acting, and then Georgie versus Nas.
Oh,
in the
man,
ring.
what's Georgie doing, man?
Nas called him a nobody after the in the presser.
That
after.
was a good clip. I'm sitting there, I'm like, yes, give me something.
Nas
That's
is smart.
juicy in the presser.
Nas, all respect to that man. Like he went in there. He's all business, mate. He's going to be a pro. That's what I said at the start. I was like, with Latzie, I'm like, dude, I hope you did all your fucking training and everything that you do. Like
Yeah.
you can't, because you're not going to knock Nas out. You're going to try and win on points. He can win on points.
Yeah,
He's going
he's
to be
improved
a point.
heaps since his first fight against Wallace.
We'd expect
Like
that.
Yes,
even
yeah,
hitting the pads
technically.
and stuff, seeing them warming up. Like I'm no boxing expert.
Who with Latzie? Latzie or
No, Nas.
Oh, Nas will just keep getting better.
Yeah,
He's
you
just
you could see that he's put in, like, I think having the break completely away from footy.
put in work, mate.
It looks like he's had a camp for at least 2 or 3
Yeah,
months.
he's
And
serious about it. Like
I'd imagine if you start getting your technique right with the size and power that he's got, then He's going to be a very formidable heavyweight.
Once he gets his movement, he's got to drop a little bit of weight if he wants to get in the deeper rounds. Yeah, 6 to 8. So those big boys before the main event, they're
yeah.
And what people don't understand as well is
Dempsey
when it comes to boxing,
he's class.
People blow up about the opponents and, Blatty being an opponent. Yeah. Boxers start off like that, mate. They go through
See Mike Tyson's first 10.
You've got to have easier kills to begin with if you want to progress. You don't go straight and fucking try to take on...
and it's respecting the sport, right?
Yeah.
Like Nas is like, I'm a fucking newbie. I just want to learn and respect the sport. He's saying all the right things. And he's doing it the right way. He'll go through like all the sporting people and then he'll get into the pros. I won't take him long.
Yeah. You need good 4 or 5 fights before you start fighting actual proper boxers.
And loading them up too. Like he's going to have 2 or 3 or 4 a year, I reckon. Did he sign a 7 fight deal?
7 fight deal, yeah.
Over how long?
That's what I mean.
That's about 3
I wonder who wants to fight him. I wouldn't. See you later, every NRL player. The only NRL player I'd put him in there with is Junior Paulo.
What about Curtis Scott?
Yeah, but I think he's...
Yeah, gun all the dramas off and stuff.
Is this right?
Mind that cable, yeah. Whenever you bump the cable.
Yeah, I'm like, if you're any NRL player who's got half a brain, you look at what Nas is doing. Like, you're not fighting him ever. Who would fight Nas in the NRL right now playing? Junior Paulo would probably have a decent crack.
Yeah, Junior goes good.
Junior's good. He's our best boxer. Who was currently playing in the NRL? Everyone else?
It'll be Junior Paulo, Matt Lodge. Who else would put? And I don't know what his relationship's like with Curtis Scott. Curtis Scott was in Latsy's corner.
Would Curtis Scott go up?
Yeah, Curtis wants it.
Curtis is fighting at heavyweight.
He can fight.
So that's an interesting matchup. But they would have been teammates at Melbourne.
Yeah,
they would have been. Yeah, it doesn't matter though.
Yeah,
you don't have to.
But like Curtis Scott's been training for 4 years now.
Yeah, Curtis Scott's a proper boxer. I don't think he's fucking with him yet.
Yeah, not yet.
Yeah.
You don't want Curtis Scott yet.
I don't know who else he put their hand up.
I reckon he'd go pretty far.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Who else?
I don't think.
Comment below who should know.
Big Luss?
Big Luss is.
Is he done?
I think Luss is done. Love you, Luss, but no.
Yeah, not many people would be able to.
Did I tell you the story? This is years ago. This is like going back to the YKTR days. And we were walking through Byron. Me, Normie, and Moisa were in Byron during like around the COVID period. And Big Nas, this is early on. Remember when Darcy had the fight, maybe on a gallon card? Yeah. And then he ended up fighting
he
Gallon.
won.
He won. He knocked out.
He hammered that.
Hodges.
Yeah.
Hodges.
He dropped Hodges.
Hodges.
He dropped Hodges, and then he called out Nas, right?
That's
we're walking on the street in Byron, and it's like me and Normie coming home after a big night out. He's like, "Fuck, you can't miss him, right? Big Nasty's up here." So we run across the street. We're still a big fella, have a chat to him, and then Nas looks at me, and goes, "What's up with your boy?" That's the first thing he said to me. I was like, "Whoa, what?"
Yeah.
And I knew exactly what he was talking about. He goes, "What's up with your boy Lus calling me out?" And I was like, "Fuck, I don't know, man. Just leave it between you. You having a good night?" You have a good night? Relax.
Us. Call Nas.
And then Normie goes, "Nah, man, that ain't it. We're out. We're out of here."
Oh, wow. Yeah, it was a good card.
Yep.
Just sucked at the end.
Yeah,
It sucked at the end because I fucking waited up. It was like 10:30 or some shit like that. 9:30 for you guys. I was like, fucking hell. Was it Tim Zoo? Did he have a crack at him as well?
No, Nikita went. So Zarafa went to shake Tim's hand.
Yeah, I just don't trust anything. Like, because he's like, because he was, I was just like, would that be AI? I asked you, I was like, is that AI or is it real?
Because Tim's going, I can't
so Tim
see,
goes,
think about
so he's asking about the fight. Oh, Tim, he tried to shake his hand. Tim goes, fucking please. And I was hoping it was real. Thank fuck, Timmy's a boss.
Yeah. Timmy was going mental.
Fuck
he was like genuinely blowing up.
What you're saying with the AI, I appreciate, like, because there's so much stuff that's AI, but did Tim seem like, the way he was talking didn't seem like
real.
Normal, real?
Yeah. Because Timmy's not that animated, mate, ever.
I think mentally he is, and I think it's not a show, but he just presents as this like.
I think I've never seen
that's
him that
how
animated
frustrated
before.
he like. That's
but
how
even
much
he
doesn't
sounded
like
like his
Zarafa.
accent sounded weirder when he got angry.
And
I was sort of watching it going. I knew it was real, and I was like, it just seems a little bit off. Like
I thought the same. Like, whoa, who's this? Because I was with Jai McAllister, who is he got a clip of him blowing up just before he goes on main event with Up on the Desk, and Tim's gone like screaming at him. I ran over thinking like Jay was going to get hit because I didn't hear what Tim was saying, and not that I couldn't do anything, but I was just like,
you're one of those. So.
Two. And no, but I was like, this is
Ricky
like
Rose.
more like I didn't know what was happening because Tim was screaming at him, and then like Jay turns around, daps me up, and he goes, "Watch this clip," and I was like, "Geez," and it's the one that's gone viral of Tim going crazy.
Yeah, what about going up to a bloke Tim's who actually had the biggest fight in the history of the fucking boxing with a massive cut going, I just couldn't see. Tim's just like, fuck, not having it.
Yeah.
Loved it. That's the most animated I've ever seen him. That's why I thought, actually, I was like, is it fucking real or what?
Yeah.
So Tim was like, he should never have that platform ever again. So it'll be interesting to see. Zarafas came out and said he's done, but then obviously that's an emotional reaction.
Yep.
Look, people are interested to see him fight. That's what boxing is.
Money talks in boxing.
Yep, for sure.
Anyway.
I've loved this as well. Every now and again, I like to do it. Just some nice messages for us returning on Thursday as well. This one comes from Poru Rangi. He's definitely been a fan for a while now. As a truck driver who worked all through the Chrissy break, I have missed you boys. And this one comes from JR. Got my run companion back. I'm back to running around the streets, listening to you guys, randomly bursting out in laughter with everyone from the area thinking/knowing I have some form of mental illness. Good to have you back, boys. Couple of messages about Mace's side quest.
Side quest.
I put the side quest here. This one comes from Liam Scanlon. How long before we see Big Widemu in a Marvel movie? Yeah. Better question is, who's he playing? You'd have to be Hulk. No, so Hulk starts off as Banner to begin with. So
one of those style characters for sure.
You know I had it in my head before it came in. Now I'm forgetting it. Which is, it's the wrestler Batista plays.
Oh, the one in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
I love that.
You could play a Batista sort of role. I reckon you could play that role. That's something like those sort of movies. Marvel superhero movies, like with your stature, with your size. Like I reckon that's something that could work as well. This one comes from Cameron Brady. Golf talk for the triple OG, not the Tripoli bogey. Similar. I've played a few golf days. Copped a tee shot to the head at the Hello Sports Golf Day.
Oh, is he that bloke? Remember the last one? There was the guys. They were saying someone got hit with a golf ball.
Was
had
that
to go
the last
home.
One?
Potentially. I can't think of it. Because I said to Tom at the time, he goes, I can't believe this has never happened before.
Fuck yeah, especially at the Bondi golf line, because there's just people hitting golf balls everywhere. Cam, let us know if it was the last golf day as well, and glad to see you doing well, having a bit of a laugh about it. On the piss at a Bucks party, but never locked in. Just got my first handicap, so 36. Yeah, that's what I believe you start on. Everyone starts on 36, mate.
Yep.
But have a goal of getting that down to the teens by summer next year when my crew tends to pay a lot. Keen to see how we track together up the Valo Devils.
Valentine Devils.
2282.
Shit.
Cheers, Triple OG.
Nice.
Not Triple Bogey.
I tell you what, I watched.
I like it.
Effort.
I watched the new Netflix movie, The Rip, with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. You got to roll The Rip 2, maybe. I reckon.
Right.
Put
That's
the feelers out.
Another one.
To see what happens.
It's all right. It's not the greatest movie I've ever seen, but it's less than 2 hours. It's a good little Sunday night watch.
When you know I'm saying, boys, I need 2 weeks off, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Talking
Auditioning.
your mic again, Mace.
1, 2.
Yeah.
We good?
All right, got a few replies as well with regards to the kickoff rule that we discussed. This one makes a lot of sense. Yeah. We talked about it before, didn't we, Mace? It comes from Had It Knees. Boys, welcome back. Let's be honest. On the kickoff rule, it's to try to promote the short kickoff even more, because then that kills 2 birds with 1 stone. You get a team in positive field position no matter what, no matter where the ball bounces. Good point.
He's on, this guy.
Yep. The other one is, I think more importantly, it's another way of taking away the collision. Sure, it might only happen maybe twice a game, but I guess that's 2 less chances of a HIA happening from the kickoffs with the props not getting a touch.
He's nailed that.
I think that's
it'll be a lot of stuff that we were saying, and more about this. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, it's a good shout.
The collision, and I'm like, well, what's he been trying to do the last couple of years?
He's been
limit.
He's been teasing it.
How? But everyone's just gone, fuck off. You're not touching this.
Yeah.
How can I come in and sort of?
So therefore, this is where I think this scenario will happen. Similar to comebacks, if you score within the final 2 minutes and then you have to kick the ball back after scoring, you're obviously not going to do that. You want to get the ball back as quickly as possible, because you're going to go a short kickoff, aren't you, Mace?
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
You're never going to go, I'm going to go deep and let someone like fucking Spencer.
Yeah.
You know, if you're playing against the Roosters, I don't want to give him a chance to get the ball. I don't want to give any wrecking ball a chance to start momentum. It's hard to break. It's hard to get. They all off kickoffs now. You're thinking, how can we limit the contact.
Yeah.
Even as an NRL team, you're not going, kick it to fucking Marco Mealy. Let's bash his fuck. You know what I mean? That's the mentality that we had. Kick it to him. I want to take the head off the snake. There's none of that anymore. It's like, I mean, you sort of do where you're like, well, if Lindsay Collins is there and Spencer's there,
you take the
you're
smart.
taking, no disrespect to Big Lindsay, man, but like, you're going to fucking try.
It's the lesser of two
You're going to
evils.
try and tee off on him when old mate over there is known for knocking people out. And I'd even be thinking, stop kicking it to him.
I've done it before in games.
I've done it before. Sometimes before I see big fucking Feka Palestina, kick it the other way, Braith or Shifty.
Yeah.
You guys don't do shit. You kick it and you fucking fall back and go to your 3-man on the other side.
I remember
Kick it the other way because remember Big Palestina? When he hit the scene, we were fucking those guys, right? And he come out of I don't know where. They just grabbed him, and I think his debut was one of our game was one of his debuts. Pretty sure it was us in Wellington.
First couple of
That
games.
motherfucker was a raging bull. We didn't know what it was. Fucking get in the comments, Warriors fans, when he debuted. I think it was 2003, maybe against the Bulldogs in Wellington. And I remember I've just gone, stop kicking it to that guy.
He's the OG. What the hecker?
Yeah,
What the hecker?
what the hecker is a fucking wrecker.
The debut was in 01 against the Northern Eagles.
When 2001.
Hang on, talk to your mic.
2001.
Yeah, in my example, while Lukey looks at this, I remember we were playing fucking the Bulldogs around 2013-14. We kept on kicking off to Sam Cassiano.
Yeah, don't.
Like, as fucking tough as Jammer is.
Yeah.
Kick it to Jammer. What the fuck are we kicking to Cassiano
6'6", 125.
Impossible
You can't
to
hit him. You can't.
Impossible to hit.
When Kane Evans put a hit on Cassiano one year, I'm like, how'd you do that?
Yeah.
That was like the impossible getting hit because Sam Cassiano, for a couple of years there, was the dude.
Yeah.
And he was unhittable.
He got penalised too
And
for that.
young Kane Evans comes in.
It was
and
an OG shoulder bar. 83 NRL Premiership games, 3 finals. Let's go to 2001. Let's have a look at the list there. And he only played 5 games this season.
Yeah, so no one would have heard of him from that year.
No, he didn't play you. 2002.
He would have hit the scene 2 or 3.
Still didn't play the Dogs.
No.
He didn't play
3?
Was I right? I was right, wasn't I?
You right?
I was right, wasn't
20. No, first round of 2003. Round 2 is his first game. He didn't play round 1.
Against the Bulldogs?
Bulldogs.
Get fucked. Chat GPT.
Nah, Google. We're Google Gemini
Fuck Google
2026.
too.
I thought I'd pivot.
I remember playing him. It was a specific moment. I'm like, don't kick it to him. Because Pricey, he ran. It was me, Ogre, and Pricey going up off a dropout. And then he ran. I'm like, he's going to fucking beeline for me. But he beeline for Pricey.
Yeah.
And Pricey whacked him. It's a fucking great hit.
Did he?
Fucking proper leveled him.
I see his highlights. I reckon they come up like every 6 months.
Yeah.
on
I
Instagram.
loved fucking Big Feka. Off the field, on the field, he was a problem for about 3 years. Then he went overseas and terrorised everyone.
Yeah. It had all the Wigan stats.
He was.
Apologies to Lafetta too if you see this with the mispronunciation of the name. I always thought it was
Lafeka.
I always thought it was Feka.
It's
It's
called him
Lafetta.
Feka. Lafetta.
Yeah.
Feka sounds better. Because it's on his handle as Instagram handle and everything.
Is it?
Feka Palestina,
Okay.
yeah. He's.
Oh yeah, it does too. Look, he's got his middle name, Feka.
Yeah.
It must be his middle name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apologies.
Yeah, one of the best. Did you ever play him? No.
I didn't get it. I didn't get
No.
that smoke.
We got the fucking
I was
prime.
2010.
Yeah.
He was.
Anyway.
Oh shit! I might have got him at Wigan.
Somewhere.
He was. I might have got him later on. Yeah.
But
No,
that's
because I was in the. So I'm in NRL while he's in.
Yeah,
Super
yeah.
League. Yeah.
so he so I reckon that's probably the smartest comment, I reckon. With the collisions. I didn't think about that at all last week.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense. There's a little bit of everything involved in it, but I think it's more this.
Yeah. Greg Cowan, similar to your take on Thursday, Mace. Do you reckon PVO is actually angling to even the whole competition out in that kickoff rule? If it halts or slows momentum, it will allow all clubs a better chance of winning a premiership. Yeah. If that's the case, the competition will be more even. More teams coming must change the status quo.
All these
Did
comments.
you hear that last bit?
Yeah.
It's about the new teams coming in.
Yeah.
Blowouts, Papua New Guinea,
Yep.
Perth. If they've got struggling rosters,
Yes.
it will halt momentum for them to get the ball back rather than getting pumped 20, 30, 40 nil.
I think the discussion that they've had is incorporating all these things that we're talking about when they sit down in their round table and just fucking discuss rules, right? They've got to have a lot of this shit in there. Like let's limit HIAs. Like, let's try and even the score. There's too many blowouts. There's too many of this. How can we fucking affect the game properly when the coaches need to buy into it? All the clubs need to buy in. Players need to buy in.
Can we clarify one thing too? Because when you put a kick, sometimes when Lukey puts clips up, it looks like we're pro a take when we're just discussing an angle of it, right?
Oh, I've been trying to
we were pro this change for PVL.
But if you read the caption,
exactly right. But people don't do that. Sometimes people watch like 5 seconds of a clip. I don't like the rule. I would prefer it stay the way we have it, and you earn the right to get the ball back. I don't like the changes. We were just talking about
suck shit if you can't get the momentum back.
Yes, we were just saying, all right, what's the angle for PVL?
Yes,
and then
which is what the caption said.
Like there are clips where again, what was the other one?
Zach Lomax one.
The Zach. We look like we're pro Zach. I'm not pro Zach. We're not pro Zach, are we?
We need some Prozac.
Yeah, he needs some Prozac.
Again, the caption that making sense of the Zach Lomax situation.
Like sometimes people
no one reads the fine print, mate.
Yeah, people get
this
really
guy here
with like
this man here doesn't.
You know what it is? It's the first 5 or 10 seconds of the clip. Yeah. And if we're all right, we're discussing that angle, and it's like, oh, we agree with it. I remember watching that and going, no, we think fucking what Zach's doing is fucking.
Do you think?
I got a good point on that.
So do you think going back to the other thing, what we're just discussing, the rules and that? Do you think that's our perspective from players? Like, fuck you, get the momentum back, suck shit. Yeah. That's me as a player, former player. Not me as a supporter or a guy. Do you know what I mean?
General sentiment from fans is they're not interested in it.
No, I'm just saying, but that's me from an ex-player going, I don't want to give you any momentum, sucked in.
Well, I haven't seen a single person come out
foot on
from
throat
a
mentality,
footballer's perspective, and come against it.
I fully appreciate.
No, we're not against it. That's what I'm saying. But I'm just going from our perspective. I would never ever think, just give them a go. It's unfair. Fuck them.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Do you know what I mean?
But if those two factors are a part of the decision, I fully appreciate what he's trying to do, right? Because it does make sense. You're right, Mace. There have been games where I'm watching a game and it's fucking 20, 30
why is it a
at half
blowout?
time.
We're like, we know it's a blowout.
And you're like, I watched the rest of the second half, but I'm not engaged. I'm on my phone. all those sorts of things. So that will play a part. And also, I agree with what Greg sort of said there at the end and what Had It Needs says, where you're going to eliminate. So like I said, to the first point with Had It Needs, if it's 2 a game times 7 games over the weekend or 8 games over the weekend, that's 16 incidents per week times 26. You know what I mean? There's that it adds up. Those collisions add up.
It does.
So, fully appreciate both of those.
They're good takes. Very good takes.
Couple of good takes. FIFITA's final chance, and this one comes from Robbo. Daniel Robinson's been with us. He's an OG from day one. Read the Triple OG's take on David FIFITA. This is a make or break season for him, in Daniel's opinion. Wayne can only do so much and couldn't turn around Josh Schuster last season. During his time at the Titans, FIFITA had Mel, Holbrook, Hasler, and even Big Tino in his sphere of influence, and they couldn't help him. Also, don't forget, in the same time frame, he had agreed to go to the Panthers and play with Cleary before he backflipped. That was the Roosters, though. It wasn't. So I believe it. I just put the Roosters there.
Forgot about that little
debacle. Remember he went to the Roosters, he was also discussing with both the Panthers and Roosters, which I think is. I think it's worth mentioning too, because they're both two really strong cultures that probably would have brought out the best in him if he decided to go to either of those two. I would suggest there is only one person to blame for FIFITA's last 4 years, and that is FIFITA himself. Equally, there is only one person that can turn it around. It will be interesting to see if he does actually play on the left side with Latrell and Whiten already lining up on that side. Also, his refusal to carry the ball in his left arm makes him a target on the left as well. Wayne might start with Whiten on the left, FIFITA on the right, Keon Kalamatangi and Jai Arrow through the middle, with Cam Murray at the back.
It's spot on, right? And it's like, I don't compare him to old mate Josh Schuster, because Josh Schuster's showed glimpses of a couple of games here and there where FIFITA's, and he's a different position.
Yep.
And FIFITA's proven. He knows, he's bashed team.
He's an Origin player.
He's an Origin player, mate. Yep. He's a representative player easily every fucking year if he locks in.
Yep.
He would have been since he was 21. So that's the difference between.
I think the comparison.
I understand talent wise and everything like that. Josh Schuster has never lived up to his talent. I've seen bits of David Fifita in a season, right? I'm like, yeah, fuck, he goes at it. He goes after it for 10 games, even like the last couple of years with Billy. Like he's proven that he can go after it. It's just the little things in his game, which I said last week that Wayne can fix. I don't like the fact that he hasn't put the ball in his left hand when he wants to play left. He wants to play left to get more ball because they get more line share because all the right's left.
It's good footy IQ. Take that, isn't it?
No, because I always say it all the time. I said he's a gun left side back row, but he's a right arm carry. So he tries to palm across his body, but he's good on the open side when they get to a numbers and they get him on the open side. That's when he comes across with his right foot, trying to palm everyone off with his right foot and left palm. That's suited to a right side back rower.
So Daniel's saying he's a left arm carry. You're saying
he's not. Right. He struggles to put it in his left arm on the left side.
Gotcha.
So he's not a natural left arm carrier like Jack is. Okay, Jack's a natural left arm carrier. You like carrying in your left, you can carry it in your right.
Yeah.
You know, so you can both play both sides. So could I.
Yeah.
So you can naturally do that. He doesn't do it, and I don't think he's even tried to work on it because he's just so strong and he can get the ball and he can go overs and he can pass that way. He's got a lot to his trick bag, but it's not a genuine just switch to the left and it's a natural carry. That's why kick out doesn't move from the left. That's why those guns, they stay there. They've got that right palm out, the left arm cold. They get an out ball, they run out in. Crichton's like that as well, but Crichton switches sometimes and gets that out.
Yeah, it's almost a detriment to be that big when you're younger, when you don't have to sharpen your tools like
coaching.
that. Right?
That's the coaching. Yeah. And you would have been I would have been telling that kid since he was fucking 15 or even less, put in your other hand. Put in your other hand because he was always going to, knowing the kid since he was 15, knowing about him since he was 15, he was always going to be this guy.
Yeah.
10 years ago I knew Dave Fifita was.
Yeah, some good points there, Robbo, and I agree with the one right in the middle, mate. Like at the core of it, Fifita. He's the one that goes in and puts in all the work, and equally, he's the one who can turn it around.
Exactly.
So
Wayne can and exactly. It's a perfect example because Wayne couldn't do that much with Josh, didn't have that much time with him. Just very troubling times for Schuster at that time as well. You know what I mean? I don't think he could have really locked in.
It feels like there's some mental stuff that was happening.
Yeah, it was a bit deeper than footy where Wayne sort of can just pivot and go, you need that sort of help.
Did you see he was having a coffee too? Josh Schuster was having a coffee with Siebes.
He's been actually quite active on
socials,
on TikTok.
I want to see him back in the game.
He, from what he's saying on TikTok and whatnot, it looks like he wants to try and come back.
Yeah, he's too talented.
He's come out the other side of whatever he was going through.
Yeah,
that's the
and
start of it.
He's put that behind him, and obviously it didn't work last year at South.
I think because he hit the scene and there was so much expectation on him, and he got a big pay packet really early from Manly. It was way too much.
Should I find the post? It's quite long, but do you want me to read at least part of it if I can find it?
No. What did he have a post talking about what he was going through?
Exactly that.
Did he?
Yeah, he spoke because Jammer spoke about it.
Yeah.
And he reposted what Jammer said, and then he gave heaps of context.
Go on. Yeah, this is good stuff. I didn't see it.
Post,
I like
as well.
I've only had a little bit to do. I like Shuey the human, so I've always rooted for him. You know what I mean?
So, I understand that. I've met him, and I'm like, I want to see him do good. I didn't like the way he got treated. I don't like.
But
that.
I also, and again, like you got to call it how it is, and be even with our takes. I watched him last. He was way too big last year.
Saw him in a trial game.
We were watching the Bulldogs Rabbitohs game. Remember before that big?
Yeah, we saw him.
And he was too.
And
big.
we're like, you got Josh Schuster. It's like, which Josh Schuster are you talking about?
Yeah.
I don't want the unmotivated one. If he's motivated and he's ready to play, he can do whatever he wants.
He was still doing silky stuff out there.
What I'll do, I'll copy it into
skills. Mate.
I'll let you read it. I'll copy it into Miller Notes so you can have a look.
Well, you go. Do you want to read it out?
No, mate.
You want me to read it out?
It's kind of awkward to read on TikTok, so I'm just putting it in middle line so one of us can read it.
Gotcha.
Good talk. Nice talk.
Oh, yeah, sweet. Here we go. All right. Just about to go to sleep and this pops up. Now I got to speak on it. Most of my life I was scared to speak up and voice my opinions. I was always worried about what other people would think of me and how they would judge me. But growing up and maturing and learning along the way has made me a better person. With this time I've had off, I've realised what a privilege and honour it was to be in the position that I was. At the time, I was so lost in my own head. When I was 14 years old, I was labelled to be the next big thing, a superstar. Teachers and school kids would come up to me at school and tell me they can't wait to watch me on TV. And to be honest, I was really confused. I was just a kid that really loved his footy. And what do you know? I fell into the trap and I got lost along the way. Did I make it? Yes, I did. It was through hard work and dedication and a lot of sacrifice. A few years in, that's when things started to turn for me. Big contract, a lot of noise and a lot of distractions. It all got to my head, and from there it all went downhill. I was long gone before it all started. I've had to learn the hard way, but in saying that, I would not change a thing because it made me the person I am today. For any young kid that's inspiring to play in the NRL or anything in life, and that wants any advice or wants help, reach out to me, as I would love to chat and have a coffee. I know for a fact that there are thousands of young up-and-coming kids that are struggling with the same path that I was on, but they are afraid to speak up and use their voice. Mental health is a big thing in today's society. As men, we need to speak up, listen to your parents, as you only get one mum and dad. Stay humble and stay true to yourself. Stay 10 toes down and do it for yourself.
Shit,
That's awesome.
that is
So that clip that he was reacting to was Jammer
was
talking
opening
about.
up. Yeah, I've seen that
It's
too.
an
That was
older
awesome.
clip, but it must have resurfaced or come across his timeline.
That just-
and then he felt comfortable.
that shows like growth and accountability and maturity. That's the sort of kid that you want in your team. If he's thinking like that, and it's not just a fucking post for people to like the shit,
No.
which I don't think it is.
So
That shows growth, man.
30th of November.
From
he
what
posted
from
that.
the limited stuff that I've seen
Yeah, he's
and
very.
spoke to.
I'm not
Shuey.
saying that. I just hope that it is.
That's why I'm going to sort of back up your point.
Yeah.
Ches spoke. This is the sort of guy that Ches would tell me that Shuey is. So like he's a guy that lives and breathes and trained with
Yeah.
him for 2 or 3 years and was that young kid coming
Yeah.
through. So that's great work from Shuey. Also, Jammer. I know Jammer had was open with Charlie about his struggles, and sometimes when you do that, it gives the opportunity for other guys to speak up. I know Fozzie's been huge in that space, right? Fozzie went through some really dark days around the Parramatta Bulldogs Warriors time. So good on Shuey. Good on.
A lot of pressure on these young kids,
man. Big time.
I was out with Big Ogre coaching Harold Matts. That's what I did. Sorry. I was at Kellyville.
Yep.
Saturday. Coaching Harold Matts and SG Ball. Like the amount of pressure on these young men, like that from parents and everything. Like the what do I call it? The sort of energy that you can't control, right? Where your parents are on their phones and all the media, social media stuff,
Yes.
touted as the big gun, Australian schoolboy, this, that. Like, we didn't get any of that, and we were that,
Yeah.
But no one. I felt like just saying 98 when I was trying for fucking the Dogs and for Jersey Flag, which is SG Ball. I didn't feel any pressure. But to go, let's just get through flag and get to the fucking top, mountaintop, right?
Did you feel any family pressure because
No.
you come from humble beginnings to Toronto? You were, you get to an age and everyone's like, oh fuck, this kid's going to be a gun.
Well, just think, the story. I just buried my dad in October '97. I had to go down to fucking Belmore.
Yeah.
And then go, so I just sort of blocked all that shit out. But I didn't feel any of it, right?
That puts you in
it's not
perspective.
Like, it's
for you
not
straight
like,
away.
yeah. So it's like,
What's really
it's not like it is now, like
Yeah,
where
yeah.
everybody fucking knows. Everyone would know that I was a highly touted junior and this and that and that. They didn't, but no one knew.
Yeah.
Because
Social media.
media wasn't there, 98, 99. You make Australian schoolboys, all this sort of shit, all the teams that all these kids make, but you just still didn't feel the pressure. The pressure was when you was trying to get to first grade. Like, this was fun. That doesn't look like it's fun for these young men.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, fuck, you're still with your mates and we still had that late 90s sort of vibe where nothing was like that serious. You're just playing footy just to try and get to the NRL. I'm like, and that was Ogre as well. Ogre was doing the same thing for North Sydney on the other side. I was at the Dogs. He was in 98 at North Sydney Bears. And we sort of laugh and go, we're talking like it's fucking 80 years ago.
It's not like people.
25 years ago.
Do you think you can have, with your role with the Bulldogs and chatting to some of these kids, or maybe even if you're a young kid, and Josh Schuster has gone through these struggles more recently, like, do you think they're capable of reaching out to people and going, look, fuck, this is what I'm struggling
No,
with? At
not
that
until
age,
they go through. Not until they go through it.
I think sometimes you just got to figure it out yourself.
Yeah,
don't you? As much as hard as it is, life lessons.
That's what I mean. It's external pressure, right?
external pressure.
I had no external pressure. Like, I had pressure of like, I wanted to go buy mum a house and everything like that. That was my goal. And so that was like, to buy mum a house, I need to get to first grade. Whatever the fuck this is in between, nail it, execute it, train hard, be the guy that you are, and then get there. And
So
then
you
do
didn't
it. Then
feel that
deal
as
with it.
pressure, you felt
No
it as
pressure.
motivation.
Motivation was the
Yes.
thing. I didn't look at it like pressure because, but then there was no external pressure because there was no social media. And I didn't read shit, didn't care. They didn't care about like most of the younger kids there back then anyway, the NRL. You're just a kid that was coming through the ranks and fucking, you had the guys pushing you through and like there was nothing.
I thought about it. I saw someone do a reaction to a Mitch Woods clip just on YouTube, and I was like, geez, like that's the pressure you have as a kid coming through now.
See, that's what I'm trying to say.
People reacting to your flag and
it's
things
the
highlights
external
before you've even come
pressure.
to grade.
I don't even know what Mitch Woods looks like. I've heard about him for 3 years.
Yeah.
I got Jersey Flag Player of the Year, a year younger. Archroy Asatassi.
But yeah,
Straight
I felt
away when I was 18.
Yeah, and then I thought, because
Put that in pressure cooker.
when I've been Twitch streaming, someone on my chat was like, look at Antonio Verhoeven, who's this kid that's signed by Brisbane.
Yeah.
And it's like, I've done this clip that's done like 20, 30,000 views on TikTok of me just saying his name. And then everyone's like, whoa, people are talking about you. This kid's like 18 years old.
Even the young boys from Parra, when they roll past us, Levels, what's going on? What's going on?
Oh, you at the
Young
complex?
18, 19-year-olds, little SG ball players. And I'm looking at the size of these little fuckers too. They are stacked.
Man.
Big time. Parra's got some good young kids coming out, man.
I know.
Like that. So SG ball is the old flag. It's 19s, right? So if you're a gun at that age, like so Jersey flag is 21s. I wouldn't be looking at me personally. I'm not looking at 21s. Maybe if you're a half sort of thing, but like as a forward, I'm like fucking the kid needs to be killing these things. And there's some boys out there that will just. The physicality was off its head. Even Harold Matts, I'm like, they're 17. There's jump from 17, and I look at these young flag SG ball guys, the physicality and how they've just grown. Some of these young Bulldogs, man. I'm like, holy shit.
So before we move off it, it's a good point about the juniors. For all the sort of criticism that Brian
some
Smith,
good kids,
has copped over the times about not being able to sort of get that grand final, and he's a bit of a different character. One thing he identified and built at Parramatta was this strong juniors pathway system.
Yeah.
And when he was going into the 2000s, you got to remember, when they turned it around from 90, the back end of the 90s into the 2000s, they were like a strong club for a lot of years.
Big
all the
time.
way up until Hainsey 09 and keep it flooding.
Mate, they are still a blue chip club, mate.
They lost their way with it a little bit. They're bringing it back. And if you look at who is the blueprint right now, it's the Panthers and Matt Cameron.
Yeah.
He comes from that tree.
Yeah.
So Matt Cameron is the Brian Smith tree.
Yeah.
So that's why they identified fucking with Gus years ago about the juniors, and they're bringing it back at Parramatta. I went and did some stuff with them last year with some of their rookies, and they've got all the different grades that sort of go in there. Did you
go to the Kellyville, the Centre of Excellence, James Hardy one?
Crazy, yeah.
Super impressive.
Wonder how much James Hardy paid to be called James Hardy when you got guys like Ray Price and fucking Peter Sterling, Brett Kenny, Eric Groth who dug the well. Called it high performance. It's James Hardy high performance. I'm like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Steve Price and all these, they'll be filthy.
They had the Justin Horo cubicle as well.
I'll be filthy. I was just laughing. I was like, James Hardy, where do I? Oh, that was a sponsor. And it was like,
OG
fucking.
sponsor.
He's on the jersey
he was the
again
one
now.
that won. They won 4 premierships, but then he got fucked for the asbestos thing. And then that's what I'm saying. So he's made the biggest comeback in the world. This I was laughing about. I said, why is it called James Hardy? I said, was that a sponsor in the 80s? I'm like, so he got fucking found out with asbestos and stuff in the 2000s. They got really hammered, right?
Wow, yeah.
And it pretty much nearly. I thought it went under. They made the best comeback ever. They're back. Now they're gone. Here's some fucking coin, Parra. We're the centre of excellence.
There you go.
And it's outstanding.
Yeah.
Outstanding. Great.
so
4 massive big fields.
Have you been out there as well? Have you?
I was there just on the weekend.
Oh shit! Sorry.
That's where they play all their.
That's where
the
they
colour
play.
I didn't know you were at.
That one. That's what I was thinking. I was like,
Did you go inside?
everything.
Fuck, it's awesome, eh?
Oh, it was the worst weather. It was fucking piss. It was that day on the Saturday, which was like,
torrential.
I was going fucking 20 kilometres on Lane fucking Cove Tunnel.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
tunnel
And
went
out there, it was called the Lane Cove Tunnel Drive, whatever it's fucking called. Anyway, went out there and the warm up for Harold Matts. That's all I went out to just go, okay, I'll watch them warm up. Get him through that. It's just torrential, the timing. And then once it stopped raining. I was fucking wet for the whole 2 games. Get me fucking home. But it was outstanding. I got some good young kids, man. We've got some really good young kids. Parra's good.
Good game?
Oh, good games. And still, we had about 6. It helps at that age when you've got 6 or 7 and your big dogs out in SG ball, they're up playing flag or whatever.
Oh, makes a huge difference.
Huge difference because they're the best kids. And Parra stacked the deck.
I've told you this story. SG Ball, 2004, we started, Sia Soliola started an SG Ball with us.
Oh, God.
Sia was the same age.
Man-child.
He was a man-child from 18, right? So we played, I think we might have played against Newcastle, whatever, destroyed them. He went one game of SG Ball, 18. So imagine being like playing Sia. Then he went to Flegg. He was way too good for Flegg. They realised straight away. So he went straight up from Flegg. I think he played maybe half a dozen. Oh, let me have a look. I want to see if he debuted. I'm going to get him up too. What a legend too.
08?
No, 04. 04, man. See ya. He's been around for a minute.
No, 05, I think he debuted.
Yeah, because I think he would have played maybe the rest. So 18s, he's too good for us. Played maybe
That's right. I forgot.
game or two in
I
Flegg.
played with him a full year.
In Reggie's, where is he?
He's still young there.
Oh, his name's Iacea. That's what it is.
Iacea.
Yeah, Iacea. Iacea. One of the
Fuck,
great
he could hit.
humans too. Here he is, Iacea. So 2005, maybe he started. Yeah, 2005.
5.
Yeah.
I remember when Kitty hit me in 2006, and I stayed on, and I took the kicker. This is what really sent me off. I took the tap, then ran at Sia, and Sia just pumped me shoulder straight in the head. I was like, all right, good night. That's what really, it was like getting fucking, I got the fucking hit from Kidwell, already rattled. I'm like, fuck this, I'll take the tap. Took the tap, I didn't see Sia. Bang, I went, fucking don't remember shit.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
I can't remember
that.
that.
That was off. Yeah, I was off that one. I was
We
like,
need to
yeah,
find that
he's
part
the
of
one that got me. I was like, fuck, they both got me, but like that was the boom, shoulder to the fucking head.
So you're
like, oh, for fuck's sake. Then the fucking tongue's all bitten and shit. Fuck. Then I think you see me in the background just getting carried off.
And why did you do you did like a horse racing promo like 2 days later?
Oh, I was with Glenn Boss.
Yeah, how
we're
did-
down in
I
Melbourne. We're down in Melbourne doing. So I think the Melbourne Cup or something was on,
Yeah.
or something big.
It would have been that time.
Yeah, got a black eye and stuff.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
They made me do that. When I got back from Sydney, from New Zealand to Melbourne,
Yeah.
and we played another game there, so I missed that test. So I had to do promos. Fucking all right.
Yeah. I was just looking at the
Could think of
photos.
worse things.
Let's go from the kids and SG ball to the OGs returning. This one comes from Zeus Gaming. If you could add one, we'll go through this quickly. If you can add one legend back to those Western Sydney teams we're about to talk about, also taking into consideration the juniors. So for the Panthers, me and you got the same thinking here, Mace. Have you got the names in front of you? It's the YouTube questions. Where's that?
Above
This one
the
here.
Schuster quote.
It's in that one.
Oh, is it?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I got it.
Me and you both went the same for the Panthers. Probably
Back
thinking
rowers.
back row is a position that they would need in this current
Yeah.
team. Scotty Sorensen and Garner have been great servants, but you went Trent Waterhouse,
Yeah.
and I went Tony Pullator.
Yeah, I was going to go TP.
Yeah.
I was thinking TP, but I was thinking, what position could House? House would just be a middle now.
Was House right side or left side?
He played lock, but he
Yeah.
can play right and left.
Yes. So that TP was on the left, Joey Nullivell on the right,
And-
Waterhouse in the middle.
House is in the middle. He used to
Was that
switch
their
with.
03 team?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think House is coming off the bench.
Yeah.
And the 13 was
Sattler.
Sattler was.
Yeah, Scotty Sattler was
yeah.
13.
Yeah, so House is coming off the bench.
Yeah. That was his first year, wasn't it?
Yeah,
First or
yeah.
second
But
year.
then when Sats retired, he was a 13
Yeah.
for years.
Nah, Trent was off the bench in the grand final.
Yeah, I said that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Sorry.
no, he was off the bench.
Tony Pullator on the left side.
So
Gulliver.
him, Joel Clinton,
was
Richard
Joey?
Swain,
Joe Gulliver.
Was Joey left side?
No, Joey
Joey was 11 in the grand final.
doesn't mean that was. TP was
hair
always
bits.
left. Yeah,
Yeah, the hair
Joey's the right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they were a problem.
Bulldogs, you went with Shifty Sherwin. Love this
Sherwin.
shout.
Wow.
And I went SB Dub.
Plus 2 positions that they're short on, 7 and 13, genuine. You know, like we're thinking, what now? I don't even know who our 7 and 6 is going to be. No one does.
So
Really?
you'd go, we'll get to that in a little bit. So you'd go Shifty Sherwin 7.
Shifty slept on, maybe.
Shift Galvin to 6 and find another position for Matty Burton. Is that what you do with Shifty if you put him in this team? Because I'm going to put SBW on the right and I'm moving Jacob Preston into the middle. So I've got Kicks on the left, SBW on the right, Preston through the middle. That's
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
don't
doing.
know what I'd do. I'd move. I'd Shifty if I had to make the chance now. Like
Yep.
if Shifty was 2003 Shifty,
Yep.
7, and then
You
I'd
want to
have.
run on the, yeah. He never gets the,
and
he
then
never gets the
No,
flowers.
Shifty would be a rep player if he was playing in today's era. Gun kicker, passer, everything, good defender.
He's just behind Joey.
He's just behind Joe. The whole Joey. If you played in the Joey era, you might as well not even play.
And
You know
even
what I mean?
Noddy was
Noddy
part of
was
that
in there.
too.
Noddy,
Yeah, yeah.
Noddy had Joey out of the fucking Aussie team and New South Wales team playing 9 for 4 years when peak Noddy was there. No one fucking even cares. He should be in the Hall of Fame easily.
Parramatta Eels, we've gone similar again. You went Tamana.
Tamana Tahu, the shorter centre. I don't know T used to play both sides, wing and centre. So I don't know which side do they need?
There's definitely so Sean Russell was on the left last year with Josh Adokar.
Penasini's
Penasini was on the
lock.
right with Zach Lomax.
yeah.
So
Tamana in the
I'm
left.
going. He's going to hate this as well because we were together over. I'm going Hainsey, and I'm not moving Yongi. I'm just going that hybrid role where Hainsey can just float around. So you have Yongi, you got Peasant, you got Moses, and you've got Hainsey in the hybrid can just pop up wherever he wants.
In centres somewhere that he can
No,
just...
the right wing position where Lomax has gone from. By the way, I was watching his highlights. We were away.
Tomatoes?
And Hainsey.
Because Fox just clipped him.
Yes, yeah. It come up recently, and
Yeah.
fuck, you forget, but that run in Ireland, because Hainesy's son, Luca, goes to me, Hainesy was going, oh, you know, Hoz used to play with Dad, used to Parramatta. And we're having a chat, and I was going, I'll show him my highlights. So I checked on the Super League highlights.
Oh, the Justin Horo Super League. Yeah.
So we're sitting there watching my Super League highlights for 2 minutes, and I go, let's watch some of your dad's highlights. And we were on YouTube, and we're just sitting on the couch. It was, fuck, mate, that run.
Jacko and I reacted to it on Twitch together. Oh. It's insane.
The tries are just everyone was talking about.
We watched all of like the 4 big names back to back, and then off the back of the hype of the highlight, we ranked him. Hainesy number 1.
Do yourself
a
favour. So we ended up watching. We went on a bit of a Hainesy thing. We were watching for about an hour, watching some of our games and stuff. And we started watching replays of games, the shortened versions, and then we even went to 2010. Go back if you get an opportunity and you're a Para fan. We played Melbourne, but remember Melbourne
points
weren't playing for points, but they still, if they were playing for points, they only lost like 5 or 6 games.
Good.
So they're still a good team. We ended up beating Melbourne at Para, and it was the game where Billy and that were headbutting. Hainesy was headbutting Billy, and there was a couple of fights, and then they get sent off. Hainesy pulls this move on GI who tries the wedge on him, and it's like he was a different. He did
level.
He had everything in the bag, Hainesy. Passing. He does this like GI tries the wedge on him. Stop, jink. In the one, like he gooseyed before he got the ball to bring GI in, and then like stopped and then stepped around GI. And this is young, powerful fucking
2010 GI.
GI's been around for 4 or 5 years too. It's not like he's a rookie.
They come up together,
and then he just like over the top, and you can see like GI tries to save the try in the corner, but it's too late. I think it's Rocket Ready or Inu or something still in the corner.
He was different, mate. If you look at like the runs that everyone was comparing, and everyone's trying to put Reece Walsh ahead of him because he won the fucking the grand final, which is important. But the games that he was throwing up back then, Hainesy, fuck, mate, no one could. If he had a Billy Slater work ethic, you're talking about nearly the greatest of all time. Like, I'm hands down saying that, fucking easily.
100%. It was it's a good exercise if you watch them all back to back and just note how you feel of the edit. The edit helps sometimes, but like Turbo's was like a lot of just finishing. It wasn't sort of. Whereas like Hainesy's doing exactly what you just said. Then he's doing freaky stuff.
St George try when he went boom,
boom, boom, boom under the post.
The difference between Walshy and Hainesy, they've got a little bit more silk than Turbo. Turbo just felt like he was bigger, stronger,
he was just
and faster
everywhere and just going through people.
You can see that now where he tries to do that sometimes now, and people, you got to put your best hit. I think he just took everyone off. Fuck, is he this strong? You know what I mean? Like he just come out of nowhere and went boom, boom.
It's a good off-season show, this one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tigers, you went with Scotty Prince to partner up with Jerome, and I went with Paddy Richards.
Paddy Richards. He was great for him.
Yeah.
I don't think they need wingers.
Taruva, they've got Taruva and Skelton.
Yeah.
I'd play Paddy Richards over Skelton. Big tall body, good finisher, goal kicker, new kickoff rule. I thought about it in depth. New kickoff rule.
He changed it.
Mate, he was. I've said this before. When we were playing at Catalan Dragons, I reckon we got 1 out of every 4 back. Off kickoff. So him in the modern game with the kickoff rule, give me Hollywood Richards.
You get McGregor in for a pre.
Yeah, and you get McGregor too. He's part of the family. We are back with Papa Macros for the season, mate. And as per similar to the deal that we had last year that ran all the way through summer, you can get $30 off your first box. If you've never ordered a box before from papamacros.com.au, go on there, put in the code levels30. That'll get you $30 off the first box. And then it's levels 10 for 10% off every order following that as well. You've been pumping it out as well, mate.
You get your order yesterday?
Yep, got my order in yesterday. You boys...
My homework, mate. Because this time of the year, like you really lock into your training, right? Locking right in. January's just setting all the stuff up for the whole year. And you're just wasting money on shitty food, right? This is always there, so I'm always pumping them.
Fresh.
I'm starving.
My favourite, they changed the pasta in the linguine back from, they used the wholemeal pasta. They switched it to the regular.
Yeah. So much better, eh?
So much better.
So much better.
Yeah.
He did a clip with suggestions that fans and people who bought the orders had made. So much better.
Oh,
so much easier.
All right, let's get to the breakdown, boys. I've got, last year we started with the Panthers because they're the Panthers and they'd won 4 in a row. We've got the Western Sydney division. We've got the Panthers, Eels, Dogs and Tigers. Let's start with your Dogs, Mace. Let's get straight into the Dogs because there's a lot of question marks going into the season.
Massively.
Similar to last year as well. And this one comes from Crooks 10. Luke, I usually listen to you guys at work on Spotify, but had to come give some love to the YouTube algorithm after getting the first comment read of the year. Never been so sure if a Dogs premiership is here in 2026. Ha ha ha. This one comes from Chavez Fing. Could we see Matt Burton move to 13 this year and have Mitchell Woods at 7, Galvin at 6? Mace, I'll leave that one to you.
Yeah,
There's been a lot of chat about a shift if Mitch Woods comes in for Birdo, whether it be centres. I've heard back row tossed up and even fullback.
That's the chat. But Mitchell Woods, this is the pressure that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
External pressure on a kid who's played fucking 10 reserve grade games.
Yeah.
Reserve grade games. Do you know what I'm saying? But you can see his YouTube fucking highlights already as an 19-year-old turning 20, I think. So
The fan base are desperate for him.
desperate.
You said external pressure. Gus also said on 100% footy that he's going to have Gus put him in the spotlight.
That's what I'm saying. That's external pressure. You didn't have that when you were coming through the grades. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like they fucking feel this. I get it when there's going to be a lot of these kids a lot of the Josh Schusters fucking rolling around, getting so much promise. And Mitch Woods, I've known Mitch Woods for 5 years.
Yeah.
5 fucking years.
He was 18th man last year. He got close.
He's fucking
At the back end of the season.
His work ethic and as a human, I hope to God he's successful.
Has he put on some size this
Yeah,
season?
he's big enough.
Okay.
He just needs to get fit enough, and I'm not sure what he's doing at training, but he's got to do the right things. But I nearly need a full, because last year he was injured, done 2 hamstrings. You know what I mean? Getting used to the rigors of being a full-time athlete, right?
Yep.
He went from being a school.
Pre-seasons
I said, you know, you were at school last year, Mitch, and then you come into training fucking 3 times a day. So your body's going to have to acclimate. So get used to it.
So this is a hypothetical. So if Woods does a good enough job in pre-season and has a couple of good trials, there's a hypothetical.
The future.
And that hypothetical involves Matt Burton. So if best case scenario, Woods goes so well with he gets handed a 7 jersey, Galvin goes to 6, and they have to move Birdo, and he would move reluctantly because he thinks he's a 6. What would be his best position if he had to move?
13. I'm 100% with this.
Oh,
This is the only thing that when I was talking to some people about, I'm like, in a perfect world, Mitch Woods lives up to the hype.
Yep.
Galvin pushes out to 6. Birdo goes a lock.
Okay.
Just plays a hybrid role and just fucking more ball playing. That's all it is.
I would prefer to see him at fullback though. But
he's got to do a lot more meters than that and everything like that. You got to think about soft tissue injuries. He hasn't played. He's like 26 now, Birdo.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. He's been around for a minute. I think he's like 6th or 7th year. To switch from fullback from 5'8".
He'll be 26 by the season.
The amount of running that you're doing at fullback and high speed.
There's going to be fatigue through tackling at lock though too, Mace.
Depends where you fucking put him.
He's a big body.
You can put all these other pieces around. He can play. He can go left 4, left 3, right 4, right 3, and shuffle around your middles. Everyone's fucking. They're going smaller now.
Even when they moved him to centres, because it still allowed him to have that kicking game at the back end of the season.
You can shift around and make a Birdo a lock just to be an extra ball player and a ball runner.
Do you think that's... Yeah, he's 25. He'll be 26, 14th of March.
Man. Birdo's been
baby,
around for a minute.
He's a baby. Well, I'm not. This is us just spitballing, right? I'm like, I could see this happening, right? If Mitch Woods lives up to the fucking hype,
yep.
I don't think at round 1 you see anything but like Mitch Woods he's there. He can't be starting in round 1. Does he warrant that? You know, I would love to see a whole year in reserve grade. Dominate reserve grade and just pick him when he's ready. The 6-man bench could favour him if they come through.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I think you could put him straight in. I think you could really mould a kid in there as just watch for a couple of weeks and get on the last 10 minutes or whatever you can.
Yeah, because now Reedy's gone. There's that spot where Bailey Hayward goes into 9 and Bailey Hayward was sort of the /4 man with Kurt Mann.
And then following season, Josh Curran's leaving. So there's that gap there that he could...
Yeah, there's a lot of things. But we play small ball, right? Where your 13 can be anywhere. But in defence, generally, you're in the middle. That's where people are going, Birdo's going to be in the middle. I'm like, not necessarily with our structure. And
that's where I would, if I'm going to move Birdo and he's going to be, you're a team player, you move wherever you're told. But he's going to be pissed off, right? Like he wants to be a 6.
Filthy.
I want to move him to a position where, all right, moving it back to the forwards that pisses them off even more.
What does Bronson Cherry do? How many years he got left? Did he sign a 3-year deal?
I can't imagine him moving off Bronson. I thought
I wouldn't either, but I'm just saying, with the new team coming up and go, here, Bronson have fucking 900.
Yeah.
End of
Birdo have a
27.
mil.
End of 27.
See, like, you're going to have options there, and you're going to have players off contract. This happens, right?
Yeah.
And then money starts to talk.
Yep.
P&G starts knocking on your door. You know, Perth starts knocking at your door, throwing you a mil. That's what Birdo's going to get. If he's going to go to any of those franchises, he's going to get a mil.
He'll be a marquee player.
He's a marquee player massively. Yeah. I'd never want to move from Birdo. He's a gun. But it doesn't fit when Galvin and Birdo were just there, right? At 6. Like, do you put Galvin at 6? Like, I was
Anyway,
about to say that
speaking of money.
dumb shit.
What?
6
6 and 7, 6.
Fuck off. Never.
Speaking of money, the money for the Bulldogs is still in favouritism of making the top 8. So with the tab, for them to make the top 8 is $1.45. They've done that in the past 2 seasons.
Can't slip off.
They slipped out of the top 4 last year, didn't they? They had a strong.
No, we had 2 cracks, didn't we?
You did too. You hung
that-
on just. And
Yeah.
played them. Yeah. So did they finish 3rd? So who was first?
It was third. We finished
Yeah, yeah.
third. We went
Melbourne lost.
Yeah,
and then
Melbourne
we went
second,
first
third.
semi and then
Who
the
was
second
first?
semi.
Who was 1 and 4? Penrith
Can-
and Canberra.
Yeah, we got third.
No, Penrith were
Broncos got the 4th. Did they get the 4th?
No, fuck. Let's get
Get it out.
We're in our.
Yeah, Broncos got
Broncos
the 4th
got
in the end.
4th,
Yeah,
yeah.
They did. Yeah. Because then they beat them in that first round.
Oh,
of the
yeah, you're
finals
right.
and had the week off.
Yep.
Yeah, beat Canberra.
Yeah.
I think we can stay in the top 4. Our consistency and our roster is going to stay the same.
Okay, so you like the price $3.50 about them for a top 4?
Yes.
Okay. All right. There you go, Bulldogs fans. For them to be minor premiers, which they had that. It was between them and the Raiders all year. And they sort of just dropped away at the back end of the season. Minor premiership, $13. To win the grand final, $12. It's weird some of these odds, and we'll get to it. Like, look at the Tigers, for example, down here.
13 then 12.
They're $81 to win minor premiership, but $41 to win the grand final. That's
Because they just got to get into the
Well,
8,
yeah, there's
right?
a 1. You got 1 out of 17 for the first set of odds.
But it goes the other way with some other teams.
Yeah, fair enough.
you'll see it in a bit. It's strange. I don't know how they come up with that, but that's what they've come up with at the tab. Anyway, our partners for the season in 2026 and have been with us for 4 years now. The 2026 gains. We talked about Leo Thompson on Thursday, Mace. They've also got Cade Dykes, who just hasn't been able to stay healthy at Sharks, but there's big raps on Cade Dykes if he can stay healthy. Return. He's had 3 ACL injuries, mate. Fletcher Baker comes down from the Broncos, Sean O'Sullivan from the Dolphins, and Gordon Chan Kam-Tong from the Seagulls. He's a great kid. Have you had much to do with him yet? Have you seen him at training?
No, I'll coach his younger brother, Ocker.
Oh, okay.
Fuck, mate. I witnessed one of the worst going up for the ball. Ocker went up for the ball and for a kickoff, and the young kid went and just
Took his legs out.
Like, he got sent off. It was one of the worst things I've seen live.
Wow.
The noise.
And he's
Lucky
all good?
Ocker was good. Like, he flipped him. It was right, like, in front of us. Flipped him. It was the dumbest thing in the world. This kid's not
Did
going
the kid kamikaze him or something?
Yeah,
Bottom
like
legs?
fully, he's up, and the kid just ran straight through him like a bull. I was like, fucking, what is happening? Yeah, he's all right. It's good.
Yeah, Gordy's a legend, so he'll be a great addition for you guys. Gives you a little bit of flexibility on the bench as well, potentially. For the losses, Toby Sexton's Catalans. Reid Marnie's your biggest one. He goes up to the Cowboys. Blake Tuff, he's off to Castleford. Curtis Morin's at the Titans. Blake Wilson goes to Manly. Luke Smith, London Broncos. He'll be returning to Perth after a stint over the London Broncos. And Joseph O'Neill has gone to the Dragons. So your main man, we've talked about him already. It was a hypothetical, but in your hypothetical, the main man for the Bulldogs this year is?
Matt Burton. He's our guy. Every time he's on, we win.
Yeah. And you win big.
And we dominate.
Yeah, when
we
he's
dominate.
on,
When
we
we
win big.
we schooled the fucking Eagles that time.
Yeah, we were there.
It's like, yeah, I know, but what was the fucking common denominator? Birdo just has a crack.
Yeah.
He plays running, and that's where they probably want it. You can look at him as a center or a lock or something like that, because he's got that talent. Birdo, in my head, should be one of the first picked in any rep side, because he can play every position.
Agreed.
He should be forced in there. New South Wales, they shouldn't even be looking at if they want to go for Luai or anything. You should be 6.
Hybrid.
You should be the
he's
6.
my 14.
But I'm saying, if Luai was playing ordinary last year and they were questioning it, your name should be on everyone's lips. Put Birdo in there. He'll fix it.
Yeah,
he's a
gotcha.
freak. Not us umming and ahhing about it, going, oh, fuck, you can play him on the bench. Nah, fuck, you're the 6. You're fucking 6'3", 100 kilo, fast as shit, skill set like fucking like a halfback. Like he got everything, kicks bombs like a fucking animal. Like he does everything. Like I just need to see it like for a full year and just take our team to that next level. And it's going to be because of Birdo. Like he knows pressure. He's been that kid since he was younger.
Yeah.
Right? And everyone's just waiting for Birdo. He's 25. He is young, right? His best footy might be ahead of him, but we want to get the best footy out of him now. He's in his prime.
You know how much I love Tommy Dearden. He's one of my favourite players because he's all heart and he just goes. And he's done such a good job for Australia coming on that 14 role. And then he had a great series when he took over. But that should be Birdo's spot. Hey, Birdo should have that over Tommy because he's pretty much got everything that Tommy's got, but Tommy's put the consistency in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Even in bad teams, Tommy's the sort of guy, whereas like I said before, when you win big, Birdo's having a day out. Yeah. When you lose games, sometimes I'm like, fuck, I can't even remember Birdo playing. When you watch Tommy Dearden, they get blown out the Cowboys and you're always going, it wasn't
just lift it up.
Yeah.
It wasn't Tommy's fault. Like you watching it going, Tommy still had a big game. It's the rest of the team letting down. And that's I think the next part of the progression for Matty Burton to become one of those elite players.
And he's elite. Like that's what, like when I look at New South Wales naming teams and shit, I'm like, Birdo's name should be around 14 easily.
Yep.
Like we don't even look at him like that yet. Yeah, maybe in the next couple of years, but he needs to understand how good he is.
25 still.
Still, yeah. And he's been around for a minute. When did he debut? 2019 or 2020? Something like that?
Yep.
Won a grand final?
Yeah, won a grand final.
21?
Left.
Yeah. Achieved everything very early.
Yeah. I feel like him and Jerome Luai debuted together. Did they debut together at 7 and 6 or
2020?
Around 21, 2019.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, but he's a guy, and everyone knows it.
Yeah,
like you can't put it straight on. You can't put it on Kicks. You can't put it because Kicks will play as good as Burton.
Yeah,
most of the time, and Kiko can have a bit more of an influence on a game because he can get in there in the open side. But like, you can't put it on Galvin.
I think Kicks had more of an influence last year too when he realised, all right, if I'm not getting ball, his kick chase and
influence
stuff
the game somehow. Yeah. And everyone would get on the back end of that. So
my key storyline, and this is a question for you. I've got some little notes that I wrote for every team, but the other two were sort of answered with the question from what's his name, Chavreau's thing before. My key storyline is, Mace, have the Bulldogs found the spine for the future with Galvin and Hayward, or will the 2025 hangover linger into 2026? That back end of the season was rough for everyone involved in the club. Now that I think with Toby Sexton, not to say that these guys were bad eggs, but just the energy of being dropped at the back end of the season. You know what it's like, man. You're walking on eggshells a little bit and you sort of don't necessarily feel a part of the makeup. Now that they're gone, Toby Sexton, that distraction's gone. Reid Marnie, that distraction's gone. Galvin and Hayward are the 7 and 9. They'll get to focus on that. Do you think that will serve them well to start the season? How important is the start of the season for them too? Yeah,
it is. We got off to a killer start last year. Like, we were the best team before, like, round 13, 14, before this whole debacle happened.
When you beat the Raiders.
Yeah. Everyone was just like, fuck yeah. You know, they kept on getting these teams. So the expectation is there, right? Everyone's talking about top 4, top 8, minimum. Minimum top 8, right? You know how hard it is the next year to make the 8 again, unless you're those teams like Penrith and the Broncos have pretty much been there. Roosters, all those sort of things. I think we're there, I think we're
if you're not top 4.
I think we're one of those teams that we could go, we can make top 4 and deliver. You know, Reid Marnie was a big part of that. Sexton was a big part of that. But they're the massive keys where you're like, oh, fuck, we lost Cleary and we lost Yo. Like, they're not like that. They're fixable things, right? Yeah. You have Galvin in as a whole preseason. They reckon he's just training the house down, and you hear all these things in preseason. Of course, you're going to do that, but the combination that we're talking is got to be built with Burton.
Yep.
Right? Where does Mitch Woods fit in? Sean O'Sullivan's been doing some reps. You know what I mean? Like you got some people that can. If we can't find a 7, maybe a Sean O'Sullivan plays 7.
He's a solid.
He's got that in him, right? Yep. If you can't make a decision on Galvin or anything like that, and you put him at 14, or I'm not sure what it is. That's worst case scenario. But you got some people there. Mitch Woods, would you see him? Are we going to see him this year? I'm not sure. I'm not sure he's going to trial. I'm not sure. I'm not one of these guys to anoint straight away. You know that. I'm like, I haven't seen a fucking thing.
Yeah.
I know he can play and he's good at training and he's good on the field, but I need to see it week in, week out for another year before I go, here's a 7 jersey.
Was his New South Wales Cup performances good last year?
He's good. No, he was coming off 2 hamstring big tears as well.
Yeah.
And so he wasn't at his full potential. Now you're going to see the full potential of Mitch Woods in these trial games. You know, I'm not sure what you're going to see. Hopefully what we all want to see, because I don't think many people have seen him play. Not that much. Everyone's just going, this hype machine that's around it.
The game that I was watching...
I watched a schoolboy game.
Was the Bulldog... Was he playing in that game? I feel like there was a game that
playing
I was
the New South Wales and Queensland games, under 19s at North Sydney, I think. This is a game I saw.
Yeah.
And I've seen little bits of it, like because reserve grade don't play before first grade and all that kind of stuff. They're all over the shop.
There was one game where he was playing, but I was doing radio at the same time and I was distracted. Like I was trying to watch, but also was, would preview in the first grade, and I couldn't quite properly watch him. But then I think I was doing it with Sugar, Joel Kane, and Joel Kane knows the family and all that stuff. He goes, there's that Mitch Woods playing. Yeah,
he's a really good kid and everything like that, but I've seen a lot of good kids not make it. So
Agreed.
You think Vegas plays a part in the start of the season?
Good shout. Good shout.
For the
Who they
Dogs?
got the Dragons? Oh, we fucked up with the Vegas teams too. We said the Sharks. Sharks won over last year.
No, I think we got mixed up with the Sharks and Indigenous players being a part of the conversation.
No, that's why.
No, 100%. No. I thought they were going to be in Vegas.
Yeah, I was talking about them last year being in Vegas.
Gotcha.
Right,
that's where that was.
We were distracted.
We were
thinking
thinking they're
that
playing.
Nico would not be in this year.
I saw that comment as well.
Yeah.
I was going to.
So the Vegas teams this year are the
Cowboys.
Cowboys and Knights.
Yeah.
We forgot the Cowboys. Yeah.
All right.
Cowboys and Knights.
So everyone's playing from the Sharks and the Indigenous. That's good.
Obviously, all the teams. Remember
that? Will Kennedy,
got heaps.
Trindle,
Ueli,
Jesse Ramian, Nikita. There's heaps that are now open for that game, which is good. If Fitzy wants to let him play. Do you just put... Oh, no, you just... that's the Schuster stuff. Anything else on the Dogs before we move on? Let's go from your Dogs to our Eels, Lukey. Let's go. This one comes from Diggs. Great to be back, fellas. Parra ended up finishing 11th, Scope.
Ooh.
What did I
You
say,
said 13th. How dare you?
Calm down.
Hey, calm down. Calm down, Diggs.
That shocked me because I had to go back and have a look. Fuck, good on the Eels. Fuck, they
From
finished
for and
on.
against.
Good on them. Not bad for a team. Everyone was saying we're going to get the spoon.
Sorry.
Here's the part. This is the last little bit, and we'll sort of finish up on this, Lomax. And I agree with this too, because I can understand where Eels fans are coming through. We did the right thing by Lomax. Now he's trying to take us to court. Not a fan. That's a good point, mate. It's like for whatever way you feel about him not being able to play in the future, Parramatta did albeit putting in a clause, which was smart from their end, anticipating that something like this might happen. But Zach went to him. There was fuck all fanfare about it. There was hardly any discussion. Parramatta went, all right, if you want to go, you've only been with us for a year and a 4-year contract. They allowed it. And then potentially, if the reports are true, he's trying to circle back and go after him.
Can I add to that? After we recorded the potty on Thursday, both Jim Sarantinos and Chimes both did media and talked about him. Chimes came out and said about he signed under Brad Arthur.
Yeah.
And then he got obviously punted, so that wasn't a good look. And then a big part of the recruiting to get him to the club was apparently Gutho, and then Gutho got moved on. So he was planting those sort of seeds.
Yeah, I don't like that.
No, so that's what he came out. And then Jim Sarantino.
That's PR for Lomax. I don't like that shit.
That's what I mean.
But that's what managers are supposed to do.
Man.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then the second part was Sarantinos came out and said it was concerning having a player 1 year into a 4-year deal already looking elsewhere.
100%, mate. And like I said before, nothing personal against him, but my take on this, and I want to be strong with it, is that you're not fucking with someone who's done this in back-to-back years, removed himself from a contract. I wouldn't be touching him. He's super talented, and there are plenty of talented, especially with the position too, like outside backs, centers, wingers.
Oh yeah,
mate,
you replaced easy.
You can get a replacement. Like he's nowhere going to be near the level of Zach. But I don't want that sort of distraction, especially if you're thinking multi-year deals. Now, if it's a 1-year deal, again, going back to the Melbourne Storm situation, and maybe they're going, we've got a rental here, and we can bring out the best of him, and they buy those excuses from his end, then all right, so be it. Melbourne Storm, Bellamy's probably only got maybe 1 or 2 years left. He keeps hinting at retiring. Maybe he wants one last premiership, and Zach, for sure, makes them fucking dangerous with those outside backs.
Yeah. But he can add to a Storm.
Do you see in the swap deals, apparently, this is again
Utikamanu.
Yeah, Stefano's been added to the
So Eels earmarked
players of
publicly.
interest. To the players of
He's a junior, isn't he?
Yeah, Stefano, yeah. But he had the opportunity. I think they Parra after him heavily too.
I reckon he would just want to go and prove a point to the Tigers. Then he went to the Tigers, proved a point that he's a first grader. Now he's going to Melbourne.
Stefano finished the season unreal last year at the Melbourne. There's no way I can see him.
I personally think a deal gets done. It's just a matter of who and when.
I only think Stefano's out because they're trying to get Tino. Melbourne.
Yeah, that's why I think Stefano's a chance as well.
That's the
Because they're
only
trying to
way.
clear.
Fuck, that would be ruthless though.
That is. That's what they are.
That
still.
would be ruthless.
We brought up Bellamy in Origin camp. What was the everyone was whinging about Utikamanu being in camp
Yeah.
for
Origin.
playing Origin, but that was the Bellamy. Initially,
there was a connection,
Initially, he performed in Origin. Not get me wrong,
Yeah.
but initially when
No, he performed after Origin. Origin was Origin
last
3
game
was
was-
pretty good.
Yeah.
sorry,
Origin 3 was pretty good. The first couple were pretty shaky, limited time, and like the series
he was
doesn't go
keeping
the way.
out the May brother and
Yes.
so
that
there was a lot
that was
of
the big one.
Yeah, the only reason why they'd be trying to, if Stefano's on the trade block sort of thing, so to speak, is because they're going for Tino. Tino's going to be 1 point something.
If you're Parramatta, you don't throw that name out if you don't think there's an
Yeah.
inkling that
No.
can
You
get him.
don't ever. And I'm not sure if he wants to go back to Para because he's just say if I was going to go back, it'd be like me nearly going back to Newcastle. It took a while because that's your junior club and they fucking brushed you and shit like. I'd be like, fuck that.
That would be a huge win for Parra if they got Stefano for Zach.
yeah. I think that's
I reckon Parra fans would love that. Even Warbrick and Helworth are the other two names. I like them as long as Will Warbrick's head injuries aren't lingering.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I fully believe that he was still had some doubt in him in that grand final game
Big
that affected
time.
his performance.
Yeah, they're nearly the whole year out.
Yep.
Big time. Can't say it doesn't.
This one comes from Braith McAndrew. Hey boys, Parramatta fan here. And I put this in because I want to know if you heard anything
Nah,
about
this was a fan page that made this up. But keep going.
So don't even worry about it.
No.
All right. Anyway, the rumor was because people, what was it? So Braith McAndrews, there was a rumor around Suoliti, but Lukey thinks it was just a fan page.
No, it was basically because Suoliti is tight with Penasini.
Best
So
mates.
they're often seen at games together and stuff like that. Yeah. Look, it's not a bad 2 and 2 equals 5 in this situation.
I don't think
you know what I mean?
Suoliti seems like a really good, honest kid. I don't think he's going to go anywhere but Roosters every time he comes back.
100%.
Yeah,
every
no
time he
chance.
comes back to the NRL, it's Roosters.
100%.
Because that would be his relationship with Nick and them letting him out of his contract, blah, 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 not doing anything. So, yeah.
Seems like he's just having. He's like a really reserved character too, Joey. Like I've known Joey.
one of the best. It'd be great. It'd be a
Seems
pleasure
like-
to have him playing for your
Speaking of expectations, people call. He was the Hain plane when he was a kid. That's the sort of pressure that they were putting on him.
Yeah.
So
I remember watching his YouTube highlights
Yeah.
when he was playing for South.
gear.
I didn't have to watch
Who is
YouTube.
this kid?
I used to watch him on the field and I'd go. I remember walking away from games and things and going, "This kid's a fucking."
I was
freak."
like, who is this kid? I was just like, who's this big, tall, fullback for South? Jeez.
All right, for Parramatta to make the top 4, which would be a huge leap, but there is always a team outside of the 8, historically in the last few years, that goes all the way from the 8 into the top 4. No, sorry, let's start off with the top 8. Can Parramatta Eels complete the fight back all the way from 11th, jumping into the top 8, $1.90 with the tab. The top 4 is $4.75. And again, with the price here, $19 to win the minor premiership, but then they go the other way to actually win the grand final with $21.
I think to make the top 4, you've got to be consistent, right? And I don't think they're a consistent team yet.
Did they
I
show
think they'll make
signs
the
of
8.
it at the back end of last
Yeah,
year?
I think they'll make. I'm going to tip them to make the 8.
Okay.
They're in my 8 at the moment, but yeah, top 4. You got to be really consistent. They're about 2 years from that.
Okay.
So.
So
Top 8.
6 to 8 range for you reckon?
Yeah.
Last year you
There'll
had
be-
14 teams in the top 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
When we're doing
they
this-
could easily drop out.
Every time
By
we
2
talked
weeks.
About, every time we talked about a team, you're like, I like them.
Yeah.
And that's how close the competition is too.
Exactly.
This is what makes you think about every single team in depth.
Yeah.
All these, what we go through, how we break it down like this. I'm like, oh fuck, I got 14 in the 8.
I love these. These are sharp, good buys for the 2026 games. At DeBellin from the Dragons, Jonah Pezzett on that 1-year loan deal from the Storm going up to the Broncos, and Brian Kelly. I thought all 3 guys are going to be part of their best 17 every week. So good signings for 2026. They lose Dylan Brown. They lose Sean Lane to retirement halfway through last year. Zach Lomax was released. Brendan Hand's gone to Toulouse. Dean Hawkins released.
Footy Dean. Where's the Footy Dean gone?
I think he's over in the Super League. Widdamoo Greg.
Widdamoo.
He's up at the Blackhawks. That's where he started. You know, I think he was plucked from North Queensland,
from
like
the Ville,
Reggie's or something, when he played in the New Zealand Māori game, and then that's how he got to Para. Dan Keir was released, and Hayes Dunster was released as well.
Yeah, poor Hayes did his ACL late.
A couple of times. I think a couple of times he's had injury. He's good. He's a good player, good kid too, Hayes. So there we go. The main man for Parramatta is an obvious one, Mace.
Yeah, easily. Mitch Moses. They go as far as Mitch does.
Yep.
You can see that last year. Like, he's just he's key to most sides when he's in them.
Yeah.
Like, he just has that energy and that win mentality. What he brings, he's just got that. You know, we saw him when he was over in England. You know, he's just he's pumped about footy. He loves it. He's fucking into it. Imagine dealing with that every day. You'd hopefully get better, wouldn't you?
He's got a bit of an aura about him.
Yeah, that's the word. He's got the aura, and I was just like, "Fuck, that's cool to have that." I'd love to have that as my 7.
He has been almost the opposite of anyone that we've talked about that's been injured, that's been banged up over the last couple of years, because he has had a heap. He needs to stay healthy.
Yeah.
When he stays healthy, the teams that he plays in wins, but he's also been a beneficiary of that. Of when he hasn't played, he's looked so much better because Para was significantly worse without him. And then the results for the Origin looked favourable towards him because he fucking plays game 1. They look awesome. Then he misses games 2 and 3, and obviously we all know how that series goes. And then the one game he played, he plays the decider a couple of years ago, and he gets the job done. Of his trajectory, the roller coaster of Mitchell Moses, and he's been on a roller coaster throughout his career.
It's fucking going.
It's going up.
It's up. Every year it's going up, and I think he's just getting better with age.
You can tell when you have chats to him too, right, Mason? We ran into him over there that he's got just total awareness of where he's at right now, where his game's at, his footy IQ. So he's definitely the main man. I wrote down as well. It's Moses' health plus how the combination looks with Jonah Pezzett very early on.
He stays healthy, you get a Dally M. That's that's what he means to that team. If you have a look how many he would have accumulated back end of the year when he come back, fucking most of them, you know, because it's him. When they win, it's him, and he's in a team not full of superstars. That's the whole thing. And if he can give 25 games, 3 Origins, he wins a fucking Dally M. Plays to his potential.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
Yeah.
What is it like?
Early fucking market tab. Go.
What is it like?
I don't do Dally M betting anymore. I like the Dally M betting.
What is it like to try and how do you connect with your new half? What's involved for a halfback based on your experience in clubland when you've had people coming in and out?
Time and reps, non-stop, everything. Communicate. They're all in meetings together. They see what they see. They all talk together. They all have their ideas together, go out there, compete against each other. But him and Pezzett, you know it's him and Pezzett. There's no one fucking, okay, Mitch, you might be, it's not fucking like ours. Like you got Galvin, you got Mitch Woods, you got, we're not.
Nobody's going Joash.
No one's doing that with Pezzett. You're 6, you're 7. Get to know each other and get it done.
The
conversations, fucking easier.
The conversations I had with him, I think it was after the golf day, and we were sitting around after the golf day, which is serving him well now in comparison to when he started off with Brooks and trying to figure out that and how it worked with Normie, and because he's so sure of himself now and knows exactly what his game is.
You get on
he's
my
got
page.
Zero ego with it. Like he said even when he went in with Nath, and because he fully understood how good he was, but just knew for the betterment of the team, all right, Nath's got to run it when they teamed up together. That'll serve him well with Jonah as well. Like because he's
No, that's a big thing, mate, with these young superstar halves. Cleary, Moses, massive personalities, players in the game. And the only thing you don't really see is an ego, right? But you don't know until you're in fucking meetings and at training. They could flex it a little bit, play it real cool in the media, and be a real cocksucker at training. Some are like that.
Or even not even get through training and then get to games and completely
have their own plan.
Overcall everything.
Yeah.
Like not shift to the edge to help him out and get in a 7 get a 7 and 6 combo. Like all that little shit. And it only might be a couple times a half where you look and you'll see frustration. It was like, all right, that wasn't the play. Or everyone's got the ability or license to call an overplay every now and again.
Yeah.
But when it happens 2 or 3 times a game in combinations,
For a month.
and they start,
What are you doing?
Going like, this cunt's not on board.
When the hands
Like,
go up.
he's going rogue on us. And
We had 2 like shit. Sherwin and Braith were like that. 2 fucking power heads going at it. They fucking but they figured it out, right? We're like, we had a fucking good team, but we had a fucking really good 7 and 6. Shifty was like fucking playing at a Joey level, right? But we wasn't in the rep teams. Braith was that young up and coming star. Was a star. Wanted fucking line share of the ball. Yeah, it was like they had to figure it out. There wasn't like they were both competitive. Shifty would be like, fuck it, I'll kick it out. Like kick it out the full or just make a mistake. Rat's ass. Braith would be like, fuck you. But it was never got to that point where we're like, there's a problem with Shifty and Braith.
Yeah.
It was just all love and Braith's so competitive.
Got to find that balance.
And Shifty's competitive, but he don't show emotion, right? He'd be like, fuck, what do you do? Like he's like that. It is what it is. Like there was a rule. I don't know if they can have it now on the 20 meter when you have a tap. If you can kick it out.
Yep. Yeah, it's still there. Yeah.
He used to do it fucking out of 10 times, just say out of 5 times in a game, he'd have 2 cracks at it. You kick it out on the so you say we've been defending our fucking line or whatever, and then we get the ball, tap, like they kicked it dead, you get a tap, go for the line.
Yeah.
And just say kick it out on the full. What do you think your middles are doing?
It's
looking at Shifty going, what are you fucking doing? He'd be like,
it would have been just when that rule come in too.
Yeah, he loved
it's
it.
It's a low percentage player.
No, but he'd look at us and go, fuck it, I'll try to get the ball back for us. And that's his mentality. He's like trying to ease the pressure on the forwards when you're not, because we have to run up and tackle this whole set again. But like that's the sort of ego, because they were both gun players, but an ego was a big thing to just swallow it, especially in the halves, and just know your partner and everything like that. So it's good that he's in that space.
Yeah. Mitch and Pezzett will do well. I'll send enough from Pezzett at the back end of the year. I'm excited about what he'll look like.
What about our hooking? Do you give it straight to Riley Smith?
Or
and then how does that work with Talon and then Dylan Walker?
Talon's got to earn it. I like more what I seen from Riley Smith last year than I did Talon. Yeah. Talon's better skill set, but to start games and got that dog in him. Mate, I go back to the first game I watched, his debut game. And when Riley Smith was chasing, who was the winger? It was like, fuck, they were getting beaten by 40 at Melbourne, and Riley Smith was chasing his ass down. And from that game, I went, that's a long-term player for the club.
That play.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. And he did nothing throughout the year. He handled the situation with Talon coming over. They fucking got Talon halfway through the season. They signed him on a big deal. Talon surpassed him for a couple of games because, they invested in him. Riley won it back.
Yeah.
Riley won it back by the back end of the game, the season.
The big Moses spray, remember?
And I was in a training with them a couple of times. It feels like they've got a really good relationship, those two. It's like they get along with each other really well, which is going to serve them, and they could have a nice little 1-2 punch.
A little spine creating there, aren't they?
Yep.
Yeah.
Huge question marks last year.
Yeah. That was the worst spine.
Because the Dill Brown situation was lingering all the way until Dill Brown didn't get done until second round, remember? And everyone's like, this is too much. We need to know what's going on. So all that distraction's gone.
Yongi wasn't made.
Yongi's fucking...
So him, Pezzett, Moses, Riley Smith.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Pezzett's just going to fall in line. Like Moses is just like, I don't think they'll be overcomplicating it. They're both eyes up footballers. That's the beauty about Moses playing with him. He just sees, when you were saying short sides and stuff like, I'll allow him to go there because he's fast. Usually it comes off. Line breaks. If something comes off when he goes to short side.
Yeah, fucking.
Because they know it's a fucking high risk move. But how many times you've seen him fly down that? If you give him 20 metres 3-on-3, you're done.
Like when he did against Newcastle.
Yeah, he's burning. Yeah, you just can't. The game's too quick, and he isolates that lazy guy coming back, and you fucking
Again, it's pre-season. Everyone's fit and fast. But you can tell, I reckon you can see in pictures, and they're always complimentary, the media guys putting out pictures of players. Pezzett looks like he's put on a bit of size. A couple kilos.
That's all he needs.
It's going to be huge, like for his size, because he's a small guy as well.
You ever look at Moses? He's not a big kid. No. He's not a big man. You know what I mean? Like, he's always slender, but he's strong.
Footy strong.
Yeah.
He's got footy strong.
He's got footy strong.
Yeah.
He has gotten footy strong.
Yeah, he has gotten. Yeah. Correct. Let's go to... we're not going to leave the Tigers last. Let's leave the Panthers last. We'll finish strong with the Panthers. Let's get to the Tigers. And this one comes from Salamander Jones. This may be a ridiculous shout, but I'm predicting all 4 Western Sydney teams to make the top 8 this year. Tigers are my biggest worry, obviously, but you'd think from the way that they were building last year, it's now or never for them. Para on the come up. Dogs and Panthers make the top 4.
It's always a strong game. The NRL's in its strongest when the Western teams are going hard and competing.
When we were talking about the divisions, you were like, "Ooh, the fucking Western Sydney getting good again, aren't they?"
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
Like
shout.
the NFC West.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Let's hope the Tigers aren't the Cardinals though, and let the rest of the
someone's the
division
Cardinals.
But yeah, I like the shout too. I haven't formulated what my top 8's going to be at the moment, but man, I want the Tigers to be good.
Yeah.
Hopefully they can get through the distractions with all this. I think it's the Holman group.
It's the big one.
We were away when all the.
What's happening?
Yeah, I was going to say we didn't talk about it last episode, but the
now.
back and forth between like the ownership structure at the Tigers. You've got the Holland Barnes, which is
the Holman Barnes.
Holman Barnes, I think it's called.
Yeah.
They're 90% shareholders of the club, and
Yeah.
then you got Balmain, who's the 10%.
Yeah.
And
Holman's Barnes West.
yeah, and they're just not. There was. They had the big, not a rally. Well, yeah, it was effectively a rally. At they were supposed to walk to Ashfield from somewhere, but it was too dangerous to walk on Liverpool Road and all that sort of stuff.
I got people fired up on SEN too because why were we
Love it.
You love that.
yeah.
He knows
You love
exactly
seeing
what
the
he's
text
saying.
line,
He
like-
knows what he's saying. He's from there. He knows what fucking lights it up.
Anyway, so I with all this shit that was going on, I was like my last episode of SEN and Sugar. I was on with Sugar,
Yeah.
so Sugar's West Tigers and that too. By the way, too, when I look back in that West Tigers career, it's the loosest crew of all time that Sugar was a part of.
Oh,
Terry Hill just
Hopper.
now passed away.
McCracken.
Craig Field, McCracken, Hopper. Hopper might have even been 4th or 5th on the list.
Yeah.
That's how fucking
Hass Sailor.
Haas. Anyway, don't get distracted. Tigers were going on through all this dramas. This is after Richo had parted ways. And the information that I was getting around the whole Richo situation is he was basically running the club and was not reporting back to the Holman Group. So they fucking
Ego.
That's a
Yeah,
big
there was
part
like a
of wanting to
threshold where they had to go to them for a decision, and sometimes it would just fall short of that threshold. But
They'll
that was
find-
frustrating them more. And,
Richo was doing it. They'll find out
In the media.
and then apparently Richo had a marketing company with his son, and then they were
Yeah.
getting. So then the whistleblower reported that just to cause. It felt like just to cause noise.
pussy.
Yep.
So that gets independently looked at by the NRL. It was just a whole heap of thing.
Anyway, so back to my point. So the SEN at the back end of the season, I was like, you know what? I was frustrated for the Tigers fans in a way, and they didn't appreciate what I said. And I was frustrated for the players, and I'm frustrated for Benji, who got re-signed too, by the way, with all this dramas
That was
happened.
keep going.
Anyway, so I was like, you know what? I've always thought there's too many teams in Sydney. So I was like, we should relegate the Tigers.
That's right.
Oh, you asshole.
For the first reason, because they haven't been able to get their shit in order for a while now. When you think about 3 wooden spoons in a row is not good enough. They haven't been in the finals, all these different. But also, I think there's too many Sydney teams, so that was part of it. And also, I don't think we've got the talent to be expanding like we're doing. So there's so many factors that
Move
we're
them
into.
to Adelaide.
Anyway, so I said relegate the Tigers, like simply. Mate, people, and I haven't
They
said
took it to heart. You serious? Or you like.
because it's not our audience as well. People don't know my personality as much on SEN.
Nah.
They don't know it was a sort of tongue in cheek.
And you're
but
on
also,
AM radio with a lot of OGs listening.
exactly.
As well.
So like, rah, like people then start, and this is what happens on the ship NRL player.
Just digging low.
Yeah, they start going and they start like all those
Personal.
things, all those things. They try to get you with personal stuff that they, and imagine they think that affects
Yeah.
me like rat's ass.
the
Anyway,
best.
So yeah, I got everyone fired up, but I'm rooting for the Tigers. I love a number of their players. I love fucking obviously Jerome. He's done some stuff with us before. I want to see him succeed. I like the May brothers. I like the way that they play.
yeah.
I like the Faunus as well. I think Samuela, and we'll talk about their buys in a little bit. There's so many stuff that the Tigers. I want them. I'd love to see him in the 8.
Yeah.
I would love to see him in the 8, and I hope Benji can get it done because he did have his theatres early on, and last year was progression. Let's hope that they can get through all these distractions.
It's hard to be hard coaching that team. People forget like these teams that West Tigers and
Dragons.
Western Suburbs and the
Balmain.
Balmain Tigers and St George Illawarra. Like they rarely work. Northern Eagles, you know what I mean? These amalgamation teams that happen around about nearly the same time. Yeah, it would be hard dealing with both boards, right?
Especially if it's a 90-10 split too. Like you feel like, just as like an external fan, I know I can't in the inner west now, but like Balmain feels like the club. But then I was equally having a beer with another bloke, and he grew up in Campbelltown, and he grew up following West.
That's what I'm saying, because there's two strong clubs there to start with. So like, and pretty like they got a lot of history.
Yeah, big time.
Massive, and you join them both together. And it's like, oh, fuck. It's different with St. George. St. George is not a foundation team, but Illawarra only sort of come in around about, I think, the 70s. Don't get me, I don't really know, but it's not as much history involved. Northern Eagles, remember the Northern Eagles tried to do it? 1908 Bears, and I think the Eagles been around since the 40s. Like that was going to always not work.
Yeah, the reason they both went with and this will make sense as well, Balmain and St. George were probably the stronger clubs, but cash-wise, being in Sydney, the market was nowhere near as strong as it was when they were sort of during their really big years. And the catchments for both of those teams are Campbelltown and fucking Western Sydney. So that's what alongside a number of other things, and I'm not trying to diminish in any way, but the two teams should be focusing more on the catchment areas of both Illawarra and Western Suburbs. And over the years, I think it's probably what's let them down as well, that they haven't, because they've...
A lot of people slip out during those like really important years after SG Ball and into Flegg, and then they'll get bang out. You know, like it's weird for both those catchments because they're massive. You know, that whole region, what you just spoke
next
about.
door to each other too.
Yeah, and they're right near each other, and they just seem to, all the juniors seem to get lost. It's weird. But you're always going to think about this. That would be the hardest thing of being a coach to a club like that. For Benji, right? He would know that because he was a player there. You would never feel the politics when you're playing.
Do you think Benji used the situation to get himself the longer deal?
Not used. No, it was favourable for him.
Correct,
I love
that's
Benji.
what I mean, yeah.
I love Benji, but there's no way I would have extended him if I was at the Tigers. I believe the Tigers did it as a PR stunt because all these dramas were happening. Let's give the fans some positive news because everyone at the club loves Benji. And even though I want Benji to go well, I still have he was still had I think he maybe had 2 years left or a year and a half left.
Yeah, he was end of 28. I believe he was signed.
Yeah, so there was no rush to get him signed. Like as good as they looked last year.
But I think my point to that is a lot of fans felt that too. It's like,
Benji
this is very forced. Yeah,
Benji said it himself in I think it was like a presser he did. He's like, probably don't deserve this, but he knows what his vision is for the club. He knows what he's seeing week in, week out. So in that sense...
It's like, I'm not going anywhere. So.
I'm not going anywhere. My intentions are good. Probably didn't deserve this, but fuck it, I'll take it, basically. And I know, and he's believing himself to build the club. And look, you can't knock him for that. I'm just saying, that's what I would like to have seen, maybe half a season, continue to push or be in the 8.
No rush.
And then if they're halfway through, if they're in the 8 this year, I'm happy to do it.
But that would have been mine.
Yeah.
That would have been my go.
But good on him. Fucking extra 4 years or whatever. And another part of it too that you have to factor in was it would have stabilised Jerome and all that situation too. With his clause that's still ongoing, he can leave any time. So he loves Benji. It might have been a play to keep Jerome. If you keep Jerome, then you keep the Bay brothers happy as well. Fair? Fair? All right, let's get to the odds. For the Tigers, for them to make the top 8 is $4.25. For them to make the top 4, $13. Minor Premiership, 81. But to win the GF, so if they get to the 8, they might go on that crazy 2005 run and make a run. And they are $41.
Yeah. Can you see him making the 8?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
I can. I like this signing. Let's get to the gains too, because then that'll help us formalise our opinion on the Tigers. Kai Pearce-Paul. I think that's something that they've been screaming for.
Yeah, good right side.
A right side back rower opposite. They had Sione Fonu last year at the back end of the season, did a fair job. They flirted with Alex Seyfarth at the start of the year. They've had a couple of young kids that haven't worked out. Kai Pearce-Paul goes to the right. Samuela, if he can stay, he was injured a lot last year.
He's good left side back rower.
Samuela's a lock for the left side.
But just that second phase as well, a bit of offloading and stuff like that. Like he's got that in him.
This is where I think the Tigers, I'm glad you brought that up, mate. So let's come back to it. We'll get back. No, let's stay on. Sorry. I reckon the Tigers are a better fit for Kai Pearce-Paul because I watched the Knights over the last couple of years and I'm like, why aren't they moving around here?
Nothing, eh?
I think the Tigers will play a more
expansive fucking more
game.
eyes up footy where it'll suit him.
You know, Benji using him up,
Fucking oath.
offloads and all that sort of stuff. So I think he'll
The way
suit.
Luai plays, like Luai can go over that other side. He would suit the way they play.
Dewey's a runner.
Yeah.
Dewey wants to run the ball, so he might play early to Kai and then pop around the back.
It didn't suit him. The whole NRL didn't suit him. The Knights didn't suit him. People are saying like, oh, he played unreal at Wigan or whatever club he was at and killed it, right? He was unstoppable over there. They play fucking flat and fast, eyes up football.
Yeah.
And it's fucking sped up for him. He would have killed it over there.
Mate.
Comes here, you don't dominate the middle, what happens?
How many Knights
Yeah,
games did
nothing.
we watch where he was like sitting there like this for 2 seconds?
No one.
And it's like I was frustrated watching because KP's a predominantly left side player, so he wasn't over that
Never.
side as much. Where I think, I think like, mate, it should be. I think the best possible lineup will be Kai Pearce-Paul, Adam Dewey on the right, Stafford Toa, who was awesome last year, and Taruva.
Yeah.
It's a good edge, man.
It's good football. If they play high energy football like that, they're hard to beat.
Jock Madden from the Broncos, Javon Andrews from the Gold Coast under-20 side, Maverick Guy comes over from the Panthers, Ethan Roberts from the Roosters, and Bunty Afar is a sneaky good purchase as well. I like that pickup as well. 2026 losses of Solomona Fatape, Josh Folletti, Alex Lobb, Justin Matamore released, Brent Naden, all of them are released. None of them have a club. Ruben Porter released, Charlie Staines has gone to Catalans, and Brandon Tumeth released as well. So I didn't know Solomona Fatape went to the.
He'll carve up over there.
I don't think he went to the Catalans.
No?
I thought he went back to Union. Anyway, main man.
Yeah, easy. Jerome Luai.
Yeah.
He's the key to that side. He holds all the energy. He's highly respected. Proud Samoan brother. So it's like he's got all the respect at that club. And he wears his heart on his sleeve. He protected that club last year for all that shit and stood up for the club. Put his arm up, pretty much fuck off, Galvin. You're over there, we're over here.
Handled
and
it really well.
A lot about, the man that he is and how much he's all in for the Tigers. So that's what you want from your guy.
Statistically, it wasn't a great season.
No.
But that's not what Jerome brings. There's so many other things that Jerome brings to a club. And, mate, the way that even when, like, you don't even have to know him and you feel like you've got a bit of an idea of what he might be like, I thought he handled that whole situation really well. I thought he's handled his contract discussions as well as he can handle them as well. I fully appreciate the position. Even though I've said this a number of times, I wouldn't do clauses. I would, with any player, Jerome, Tino, who were some other names that we've tossed up before.
Parramatta Adam, Dill.
Yeah, whatever it may, whoever. It's not specific to Luai, but I wouldn't put him in and give those options. I would go, look, this is the contract. We've got you here for 4 years. Either you're in or you're not, and I wouldn't put that contract
Doesn't
in
happen
favour.
in the big clubs, but
Exactly.
that's what sucks. Like that's
normally-
where the Tigers and that need to be better than Titans and all these clubs. Like you either play here or fuck off.
Yes.
Don't care.
Yep. Agreed.
Yeah, Melbourne can't do that. You're not doing it with the Roosters.
No.
Nothing.
So, Jerome's clearly the man. What do you reckon happens with Jareem Buller? Now, he's been linked to your Bulldogs as well, mate.
Shit.
It's still not done. I'm so surprised by this.
God, he was a gun.
Not only because the Tigers haven't re-signed him, which I think they should, because I think he is a top 5 talent at the position.
I would have got Dream Buller done before Benji.
That's a huge call.
Yeah, I would have. He's fucking 20.
That's a huge call.
What's he, 21, Buller? And Benji's still got another year.
Do you think
Benji's got another 2 years. That's all I'm saying. Not saying about the talent in there, but like Benji, you got till 28. This kid is off now, and he's a top 5 fullback in the game. He's a game changer.
But I'm surprised also no one else has signed him if it's still available.
I bet teams are
Do you
trying.
think it's just a product of the environment? They're just waiting for all of that to settle, and then because if you lose Richo, who are you talking to in the board to get a deal done anymore? So that's
fair.
Over Christmas, they're trying to
Who did
get
they bring back
Mestrov.
in?
They were trying to get Mestrov, and they brought in that Central Coast Mariners guy. That's who they re-signed. I'll get his name.
And Moses
Dream.
looks after Dream as well, so he's going to get max.
game, man.
He's going to get max for he won't necessarily be in a rush to get Dream done until he gets the fucking maximum contract.
So the Ream is off just for this year, like off 2026
There was
or
some sort of
2027?
optional, that weird option that they had in favour. I'm on the NRL website for West Tigers retention, and he is off contract after this season. But they've also got Jerome Luai here too, right? But he's got another 2 years in his favour.
Yeah.
So they took, I think, the RLPA for some reason. I think it was to look after the players. They removed the clause contracts now, so you don't have them on the NRL website. So before they used to have, like Jerome Luai's got a 4-year deal, but after the second year he can become a free agent. So now on the NRL website they represent that. So they've just got here, look, have a look. So just Jerome Luai 2026.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess they're trying to help the players with transparency and fans blowing up and going, all right, well, Jerome's got a 2028 deal or whatever, but on here.
The CEO's name, Sean Mielecamp.
Okay. Yep.
He's the Mariners. He was did well at the Mariners, I believe. Yeah.
Fucking A-League.
Yeah. So that's the Tigers. Anything else on the Tigers before we move on?
No. Are we trying to get Buller? Is that the talk?
There was
Buller?
So the connection is him and Galvin are best mates, and they're both managed by Isaac.
That's a big connection, bro.
Huge
it's massive. And we need I love how the fans in that turned on that Paul Tracy. Connor Tracy, he got his guts were ripping out of him and fucking comes back early, gets thrown in, has a couple of mistakes, mate. He's a great player. Stick with him for the next couple of years.
I like Connor Tracy.
I get it.
I don't love him though, mate.
I get it. I know.
And
I could fall in love with Buller.
And Liam,
so I understand it.
Liam Ayub, is he the Bulldogs recruitment?
Yeah,
that was Buller's manager before leaving to Isaac Moses.
Liam.
He was with the Ayub.
He was with Ayub.
Hey, Sammy's boy. I was with him on the weekend. Yeah. Just recruiting.
So he's recruitment now, not management.
He's recruiting.
You wouldn't be able to do both.
He's with the Dogs. Yeah,
what other teams need a fullback the way that the Bulldogs need a fullback?
How old's Connor Tracy, but? Sorry.
Fullbacks are really... everyone's got like a good
29.
Fullback.
29.
So
he's at the back end of his career, Connor Tracy. So just say, there's no shit. Why wouldn't you go for Buller if you're the Dogs? Fuck, you'd be stupid if you're in...
Someone tossed this
recruitment for the Dogs. You need to be going after him because he's got 1 year, 30. I reckon Connor Tracy could do 4 years overseas and kill it.
Yeah. There was a connection that made sense.
He loves the Bulldogs.
Oh, yeah. That
Luke Patton's his favourite player.
The hypothetical was the Cowboys going after Buller and moving Drinky into 6.
Nah, ours make more sense. You look good in blue and white, bro. Buller.
All right, Mace, let's get to the Panthers. And this one comes from Le Bosch.
Le Bosch.
Hey, lads, I hope the holiday break went well. Keen as for this upcoming season, especially with my Panthers. I think they'll definitely reflect on how the start of the season went last year. Get off to a better start this year. My prediction is Nathan Cleary wins the Wally Lewis medal, captains New South Wales to a series win.
Love it.
Wins the Dally M medal.
Whatever.
And he also had halfback of the year as well, up the riff.
Have it all. Just get the New South Wales series. I'll be happy with
that. Nath does the clean sweep for the Panthers. As expected, as I'm expecting, I've got them as a huge bounce back as well. So $1.15 to make the top 8, $1.65 to just be entrenched in the top 4 like they have been before. A bit of a slide last year, slight little slide that made it hard for them. You know, they had to go the long route and they failed against the Broncos at the back end of that game. So it shows how important it is to be in the top 4. Yep. Their 2026 gains are Jack Cogger, Tom Ale, I think is going to be a good pickup. And I like this Kalani going. New South Wales Cup player. Now, he's 29 years old, Mace.
Yeah, okay.
He's been in the Warriors system for a number of years. I watched him in the grand final last year. He's a good player and actually seen some of the there might have been I did a couple of Warriors games and I've seen some games with him in New South Wales Cup.
What position?
He's a lock. Yeah, he's a ball-playing lock. He goes good. So I reckon even though he's 29 years old, I think they'll get some good service out of him. And I don't think they'd be recruiting a 29-year-old player if they didn't have intentions to play him, right? Like you're not really going.
No, you're not going there to go play reserve grade.
He's only played one first grade game.
All right.
29 years old, so player to watch out for. Freddie Lussick also comes from the Warriors. Webster and Cleary have been swapping players of late, haven't they? That relationship's still strong. Maverick Geyer, he went to the West Tigers. Brad Schneider goes to the Dolphins. Luke Summerton to the Titans. Dane Laurie to the Raiders. And Trent Talau to the Storm.
Right.
Trent Talau to the Storm. Yowie is your main man for the Panthers.
It's hard to see him slip off, though. Like, they're entrenched in that culture out there. They love it. They breathe it, and they'll learn so much from last year. Like, fuck, we're there for the taking for most teams. We're going to get the best version of them all the time. And people saw them slipping a little bit with Luai and that going. They really saw cracks in it.
They were human.
Yeah, they were. And it's just like, we can get them. Yep. We can get them.
Teams weren't beaten
that
before they played them.
Aura just went, and then it just come back and built, and it's like that big fucking Penrith train is building out there. We were like, they can fucking win the comp.
Yeah, fucking oath.
They fucking near short of. Again.
It took some Walshy brilliance at the end of that game.
freakish play from an individual. So, God damn, it's going to be hard to bet against them again. Like, you look at them and go, maybe Father Time catches up with some of these players.
All right, here's one thing I've got written down for you to take into consideration.
Big runs.
And what did I say all last year, boys? I was down on the Panthers last year because I've seen signs of their young players progressing, the Blaise Langis, the Casey McLeans of the world. Here's an interesting thing to note for the Panthers fans, and the reason I bring this up because it's a revenge/reminder tour. This could be the one last crack, I reckon, for this core group. Not to say that they can't rebuild because Ivan, there's still got a lot of talent out there in Western Sydney, but I'm talking about the core of Nathan Cleary, Isaiah Yeo, Bizza, Liam Martin, Mitch Kenny, Moses Leota are all off contract after the 2027 season. And they're all getting
November 1.
They're all getting so November 1. Now, there's still a lot of time between now and November 1. Obviously, they're going to try to fucking keep Nath for another 4 or 5 years. That's totally up to him. I reckon he's the sort of that weird one where you don't know, like, because he's achieved so much, whether he wants to. The relationship with Mary is a factor. You've got to factor that in. Does he want to be closer to her?
Where the peak is it? Has he reached it? Is he coming down the other way?
I think his legacy is going to be important to him. So that's why I think he does stay at Penrith when it's all said and done, and he tries to cement that legacy as the greatest half of all time.
Yeah, of course. He's got another 5 years. I'm like, but I'm just saying, like, do you reckon Cleary has peaked, or is it? I think he's still going.
I think he's still going.
Yeah, I don't think he's anywhere near the fucking.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think he's got better footy in as good as he's been. I think he's still got better footy. Yowie, no. I think Yoey's getting to the halfway through the back nine. That's
he should be.
That's one to watch out for. Biz is still nice and right. He was a little bit banged up last year, but Biz is still, got plenty of good footy.
I reckon he had his best year last year. I reckon he's had his best year last year, the back end, for a while.
Yes,
he fucking started playing some 200-metre games, man. He was carving.
The last 2 rounds and finals was awesome.
He was outstanding.
And Alamotti was awesome as well. Yeah. Mitch Kenny, I think he's a player that's ascending. I think Mitch Kenny's getting
How many
better.
years has Martin got left?
Liam Martin plays the game so physical, and
same as Leota. I'm worried about Martin and Leota and Yo. The longevity. How many max? Like, I'm talking peak years. They're in their peak right now. They're still I think they're under 30, right? Well, Yowie might be pushing it.
I think Yowie
might be 30.
I think he might be 30.
Martin could be like 27.
26, 27.
Yowie's 31.
31.
Turning 32?
In November. So
late turn. So what about...
Yoey's on the 15th.
I worry about the middles. But the middles can sort of you can cover it in the middle. Yowie moves good footwork, all that kind of stuff. Same as Martin, same as Leota. Like the outside backs, you can see he's lost a metre.
The reason I'm going to give Yowie an extra couple of years just because of his durability and the way he plays the game. Like, he's tough as hell, don't get me wrong, but his style of footy holds up because
I'm just saying they've peaked. I reckon they just sort of come down to earth a little bit.
Yep.
The middles and that, the Clearys and all that sort of stuff, and Bizza, fine. Edwards sort of come back a little bit this year.
Yeah, so what you're saying is, Mace, I think we've seen the best version of Yowie.
Yeah.
But he can still maintain that.
Yeah, I'm just talking till the rep jersey starts fucking falling out of your closet. You know what I mean? Like, get overtaken in that.
Yeah.
Your rep jersey start getting less and less. I think another 2 years they've got. I think Yowie, 2 or 3 years, Yowie and Martin. So
to my point, and this is what I'm getting at,
they're all coming on.
I think you get their best effort this year. That's what's scary for the rest of the competition. I think if they start looking around that,
I just spoke your point out.
Age, contract situations, probably don't even have to say anything. Just get together,
be unwritten. It'd be just you don't have to speak about it. We know it's the last tour. Shut the fuck up. Let's just get it done. If we fall short, we fall short. But this is going to be it because I reckon fucking Just say, how old's Leota? Be 28 or something like that, 29. Fucking some team could come around and go, here's fucking 900, big boy.
If I was Perth, I'd pay 800, 900
or
for him.
PNG. I reckon he could slot into any team.
He's 30.
Yeah, see, you're probably looking at
31.
I reckon he's probably been underpaid his whole career.
Yeah. Yep.
Be someone I'd be building a whole fucking team around.
Everyone at Penrith's been underpaid.
Yeah, I know. You would, but I'm saying, like, just say.
That's why they all go to other teams, because they get paid directly once they leave.
And these are the last guys standing, right? But Leota would be like, someone comes in now and goes.
And by the way, Panthers fans, when I say that's a compliment to you guys.
Yeah, it's fucking great. So you know, if someone gives you 750, 800 to be your starting prop at Perth or something like that, you'd be like, you'd have no hard feelings shaking Leota's hand. You go, thank you, big boy. Go and get your money.
All right. What about let's level up with the young brigade. We've talked about the OGs. What about Casey McLean, the ceiling? He was for me the second best player for the Kiwis, and he had to play on the wing too when Ronaldo Mulitalo got injured.
Strong as that guy.
Casey McLean.
What the fuck is this?
Casey McLean, Blaze Talangi got better as the series went on for Samoa as well, and Alamotti, if he can start the season the way he finished the season for the Panthers,
because he left out Milky there.
He beat out Milky Jenkins, who was a fan favourite and one of the best stories of the season. But all three of those guys, if they can, that was the weakness for them at the start of the year. Milky Jenkins, McLean and Talangi were problematic defensively, and then they end up turning a weakness into a strength by the back end.
Yeah, those young kids, man. They're a problem. McLean's a fucking... I think that game against the Dogs changed his whole attitude. Going up against Critter, handling his own, you know, he can be in the same sort of breath as Critter, as a young kid like that. Your confidence level, because they'd be looking at Critter like he's fucking the king. I'm not saying he scored Critter or anything, but he held his ground.
Held his ground.
Yeah, held his ground, and that's a win there. That's a win. What's he going to do, and what's he going to be like in 2 or 3 years? Fucking this year, what he did in the Pac Championships. Come on, man. He's just too. He's got that one kid that's just so fucking bang and then bang try in a Pac Champions game. Like, you don't do that unless you got freakish talent and freakish strength. Blaze Talangi, next level.
If Penrith continue their dynasty and their stranglehold in the competition, it's because of Blaze Talangi and Casey McLean.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
And the middles.
Because Nathan's going to be, we know what we're going to do.
Cleary's going to do
We still think Nathan's got a ceiling. I think Mitch Kenny's getting better and better every season. He's one of my favourite dummy half hookers. Like we said, our concerns are probably around the age and the physicality that the forwards have played at for a long time.
Edwards. What about Edwards?
Dill was a bit banged up.
He was
He was a bit banged up at the back.
It's the rigours of playing like massive big runs, all your origins, all your tests at the end. That's about 4, 5, 6 year run.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
And
you wouldn't swap it for a fucking thing.
Yeah, he's 2028 too, by the way. For those who were seen the start and thought I left him out, I've got him as a part of the group, but he's the only one that's not 2027. Everyone else is 2027. He's 2028.
Nice.
So he's got the longest contract. Great fella too, eh?
Fucking
First time I spent some time.
What a great human.
When we're over there.
You just want to see him fucking just kill it.
I went, that's exactly how I thought. I woke up the next day and I was like, fuck, I want to see Dill kill it. Like, he's fucking such a good dude.
Give him a chance. No.
Not like he hasn't been successful as well. Cunt's won fucking 4 comps places in New South Wales.
He's done everything in 4 years.
But he had to grind for it.
Yeah.
He had the proper grind for it.
Work,
and when you meet him, you're like, all right, you respect him even more for the grind that he's put in.
That's why when he took Teddy's spot remember a couple of years ago, I'm like, oh, what's he going to be like? I'm like, what a fucking legend.
Yeah.
Deserve it.
That is it for the Western Sydney division. Anything else, boys?
Oh,
Another
my
big
main
episode?
man, Yowie. I think it's it.
Continue your main man.
My main man's Yowie.
Yeah,
I mean, I just think he holds a lot of energy out there. He's their captain. You know, he's their leader. And he's such an integral part out there. I know Cleary, it would be most people's, but like, I think it's Yo. And he's a middle. He does all the fucking hard shit.
Mate, you can't understand. You can't understate
organising
the durability that he's had.
Yeah, mate.
Let's go have a look. I'll get it up for you, Mace. So 2014, he was a winger / centre. So those are the first years he was playing centres and wing.
Could you? Sorry. Imagine picking that in 2014, going, he's going to captain Australia at lock in 10 years.
So and I've seen this before as well. So here we go. Let's have a look. And then he moved into the back row, edge. Mm-hmm. There was it might have been on the documentary or it was a podcast. Someone was talking about it. He was nearly done before the 2020 season. Yeah.
They moved him in the middle.
When Ivan shifted him, there were conversations about him moving on.
Yeah.
Then Ivan, I think they figured out that they were going to give him a crack in the middle. And then look at
I
this.
can see you later.
Since 2020 season, you got to factor in games that he might have missed, might have just been resting as well, which he
I think
reluctantly
that
did.
is the case.
So 22 games in 2020, 25 in 21, 23 in 22, 24 in 23, 25 in 2004, and 2025, 21. So that was the lowest amount he played. That's not factoring in Origin or finals games. That doesn't even include finals
and
games.
tests at the end.
That's just regular season.
That's right, because he's having all the injury problems.
Yep.
In 2019.
I thought he was done for the season. I thought he was dislocated his shoulder.
When that one, that was
Titans won.
come back the next, didn't go off and then come back the next week. Fuck you, Yowie, durable human.
And again, one of the great humans as well. That's the breakdowns for the teams. Let's give you an update. Let's get some questions in for Thursday, please. We have the Queensland division. So we'll be going up to the Premiers and the Broncos. We've got the Cowboys north of the border, at the top of the border. You've got the Dolphins and the Titans. Questions for those teams. Last year, we didn't get a whole heap of questions. I reckon there's going to be a lot of fins up questions this year.
I'm fins up.
Fins up. All right, we'll see you on Thursday.
Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.